There he is. There I am. Hello? Luca?
Hello.
There you are. You in. Ah! Damn. BlueStacks. Gotta love BlueStacks not showing up on fucking Streamlabs. Every goddamn time. You think I would remember to check beforehand rather than just fiddle around with it and make it work. Every other time. Man. Most professional streams of all time. Ever. Come on now. Come on now, BlueStacks. I believe in you. You can do it. You can show up. Please and thank you.
Please.
Man. Yep, definitely BlueStacks. That's the one I want. There we go. We done it. I fixed it. We're good. All right. Let's get Tats. Let's let Tats know that I'm in.
Official fan stream.
Yeah. Friend fan is good. But up. Let's see what we got. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's start Turnabout for tomorrow. The exciting continuation of Space Attorney.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed though, because now we're no longer in Space Attorney, which means people can't make Among Us jokes. But that's also a good thing, because damn, were those jokes to be sure.
Jokes in quotation.
Yoke. I love telling yokes.
Oh.
They are runny and funny. Anyway, we're in the Right Anything Agency, and it's December 20th, just 5 days until Christmas, and it means it wasn't Christmas. Ooh, what's that with Phoenix? Oh, that's right, because last time it was like, yes, Athena's fingerprints were on the lighter. You know, the one that the murderer had.
Oh, yes.
So there you go. That's where we were at last time. So, they took Athena from the courtroom straight to the station. She's probably being questioned at this very moment. Memento occasion. Look at him. Young and happy. Gone forever. Gone. Damn. This game really did just go from like, yeah, you know, Apollo and Athena, yo, best friendos doing cases together. All of a sudden it's like, damn. Damn, goodbye. After this past year, I took it for granted that those two would always be here. But now, Apollo has gone off on his own to seek his own truth. And my pursuit of the truth only ended up with Athena becoming the new suspect. That sucks. Some boss I turned out to be. Damn.
Oof.
Oh, Trissy, no. I want to give her a hug. It's even quieter in here than usual. Yeah, it seems so empty, too. I just don't get it, Daddy. All of your reasoning during the trial seemed perfectly solid. Yeah, and I still believe it was, at least based on what we know. But now Athena is the one who's being accused. It's just the Laurie game again. It's time. just all me all the time. That's what people are here for. That's definitely. Ugh. Ooh, it's not nerve-wracking or terrifying or anything.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. During the trial for the bombing and murder that occurred at the Cosmos Space Center. That's right. Fulbright found that lighter. The lighter used by the real culprit was found. This lighter proved the defendant, Solomon Starbuck, innocent. But Athena's prints were found on it instead. And she was subsequently arrested for the murder. But Athena couldn't have done it. It just doesn't make any sense. No, none of it does. I've been racking my brain, but I just can't figure it out. Where is the flaw in my reasoning? What have I got wrong in this case? Well, you know, we'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Daddy, if Athena was here, she wouldn't just be sitting around thinking. She'd be out there doing something. You are going to defend Athena, right, Daddy? Of course I will. And thanks, Trucy. I needed that push. Hey, music.
Whoa!
We're back. The music's back. It's great. Trucy's right. The trial is tomorrow. There's no time to waste. If I'm going to prove Athena's innocence, better get out there and find some evidence. Evidence. Important. Off we go then. We're on a hunt for evidence that'll prove Athena's innocence. Oh my god. It's like AA1 and shit all over again. But like, with Trucy this time, instead of Maya.
Oh, true. See.
Great, but before we go, I'd better tidy up the evidence I have on hand. Unnecessary evidence left at the office. Let's see what we lose. Let's figure it out. Alright, so we're down to 2 pages. Okay. So, that...
What's the page?
What's
the whole page?
So we still have this. We still have the Space Center diagram, of course. Interestingly, we no longer have the diagram of where the bombing actually occurred.
Ooh.
We do still have that. We have the door lock. We have the security camera video. We have the Space Center pamphlet, interestingly. We have the Hope capsule. We have Aura's statement. In their left hand and a knife in their right. Okay. We're good. Okay, so... Yes, we just got to figure out who's the real killer, who's the secret imposter, essentially. Because there's got to be someone. There's an imposter, unfortunately. It's really, it truly is among us. God damn.
No. You made this so you didn't have to say anything.
I'm sorry, but it was true. You know it. You know it was true. You knew it in your heart of hearts.
Trucy.
Yes, Trucy is true. She's genuine. We love her. She is going to be great support. We believe in her. And Athena is probably still in the middle of being questioned. So, Trucy's right. The thing to start with is talking to people at the Space Center. Hopefully we'll meet that 4th person, because actually there was that one photo. We don't have it as evidence, but there's that one photo of, like, the 5 people. Or maybe it's actually... Is it here? No, this would just be the pamphlet of the actual Space Center. Do you remember the photo with, like, the 5 people? Where it has Clay...
The mystery person.
Yeah, there's the mystery person. Hopefully we'll get to meet her in this case.
Yeah.
Alright, so we will now shave... We'll shave the game because we don't want to go through talking sections like that a second time.
Hey, talking.
Ooh.
He gets...
You know what we haven't done? Ever in the series before? We haven't presented Phoenix's badge to Trucy. Wait, have we?
Do we?
Have we done that? I know, I feel like we might have done that in the last case and I might not have remembered doing it, but you know what? I'm going to do it anyway.
We're going to do it.
I guess presenting your attorney's badge is like your quick trick, huh, Daddy? So it's just a trick to you, huh? Well, you are one of the talents in our Write Anything agency, after all. But I have to say that an attorney's badge won't get many laughs. I don't care if I don't get laughs, as long as I can clear my client's name. Ha ha ha, that's a good one, Daddy. I'm no match for you, though, Trucy. Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
Just, you know, he's being sportive because she can do it. She absolutely is absolutely incredible. Whoops, why'd I go there? Oops. Did not mean to go to the detention center. I just clicked without thinking.
Well, now we know there's nothing there.
There's nothing here. He waited, but nobody came, right?
Oh
no. Somebody died, so you know what? It's true. It's the real true. Anyway.
Every time someone dies, I'm like, oh my god, this is just like Undertale.
Just like Undertale.
No, I have to do the voice.
Yes! I'm excited. This is good. Hey, look, it means that I don't have to be the only one talking. It's great. Director Cosmos, do you have a minute?
Look. Galactic scooter. Full speed ahead. I'm out of here.
Wow, he actually, like, took off quick. Director! He scooted away. I just imagine, like, him just scooting along the ground like a dog.
Yeah.
I can't help it. Immediate. His expression changed the instant he saw you, Daddy. Yeah, well, I dragged his name through the mud pretty good at the trial earlier today. Yeah, it was just today, so, you know, they're gonna get some rancid response.
I love that, like, after the trials, everyone just goes straight back to work.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think they were just like...
Yeah, that's the whole point of, like, hyperspeed court, right? You know.
I would just like go home and just like sleep for the rest of the day.
You sleep forever.
Watch Netflix.
Yeah. Space Center boarding lounge. We were here only yesterday. Oh, hey. Yo! It's the boy. It's the man himself. Mr. Starbuck, you've been released, huh?
Yeah, and I came straight here. This is all thanks to you and your team, Mr. Right.
Yo.
You've given me a second chance to fly into space again. Can't thank you enough. Except... Oh.
The classic sigh. What's wrong? I thought he'd be happier to be acquitted.
As I was coming out of the detention center, I saw Miss Sykes. Oh.
He saw Athena?
I was at a loss for words. I didn't know what to say to the poor girl. And then, you know what? She flashed a peace sign at me. Yo. Congratulations on your acquittal, she said. Now you can go back into space someday.
Oof. Yeah, that sounds like Athena. I can just picture it.
When I saw her eyes, they were red and swollen from crying. She's gotta be suffering, man. She must be worried. And yet, when she went out of her way to be nice and gave me that big smile...
It's true. She held back her own tears so she could give someone else a smile. That's so Athena.
There's no question about it. That girl is innocent. Please, Mr. Wright, you have to make sure she goes free. And they can put me in prison instead. I don't mind.
We can't have that either, Mr. Starbuck.
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Starbuck.
No, that's me. Don't worry, Mr. Starbuck. I'm going to give her the best defense I can. I promise to get her acquitted, just like I did for you. To be fair, look, we do it all the time. It's fine.
I know she'll be alright with you in her corner. I know you never give up on her. Apollo's a fine boss to look up to.
Excellent. Oh, a massage. Okay. Claudio and Tat sound like they're both going to join at some point relatively soon. They've just got some stuff to take care of, and then they'll be on. It'll be great.
Sweet.
All right. First of all, let's save the James. Saving the James is a very important part of Ace Attorney. I'm not sure if you knew that. Let's see. What can we talk to him about? About the murder, in fact. Wow.
Still can't believe Launchpad 1 was switched with the Space Museum. Oh.
What could have made Director Cosmos do such a thing?
I haven't the foggiest idea. Oh.
Man, you gotta, like, taking a huge breath to do those sighs for this guy.
Mm-hmm. There was gonna be a launch that day. Not from the very beginning. Oh.
Just big old sighs and accidentally, like, Yeah.
I wonder if they knew. Oh.
I imagine he must have. Surely he would have noticed when you went to board the rocket.
It's pathetic to think I was the only one who got taken in. Oh.
Damn it, all this sighing is making me yawn as well.
What
It's
is
contagious.
a sign, but yet a bit of backwards yawn. But I guess that's about how it goes when you're less than space debris. Oh.
Oof. Mr. Starbucks, sir, please. You are much
true,
greater
I'm
than
like-
space debris.
I have
Holy shit.
depression, dude.
I understand, but damn.
Space depression. That comes from space, bro.
Yeah, he's got space fear. I don't blame him. Like, the Hat 1 shit was, like, not great. That is a stressful experience. Is he going to be alright, Daddy? His expression looks as dark as a black hole. Well, that's just how he is. I honestly thought that just said the murder, so I was like, about the murder. And I'm just like, but what? That makes sense. Mr. Starbuck, do you remember anything about the murderer? Anything at all?
Not really. I only saw a shadowy figure in the dark after all.
Yeah, I guess that was a little too much to hope for. Yeah, because he was drugged out. I assume he was drugged out by Cosmos or Terran or someone just to make sure he wouldn't notice the whole rocket thing.
Yes.
But like,
I
yeah,
agree.
I mean, that makes the most sense, to be honest.
Hey, I heard something from the police though.
They said that they never did find a 10.10 caliber gun down that trash
You
chute.
can just say 10.
Huh?
You can just say 10.
But that's
I know.
not a number.
But like a 50 cal is like, you know,
You like making up stuff.
imagine knowing anything about how firearms work. Hi, Tats. Willkommen. I've just noticed how, wow, I feel like it wasn't this pixelated last time, this like trash chute icon.
Oh yeah.
There's something off about that. Why is it so pixelated? What the heck?
You're not meant to get this close. Oh no.
But you are, though. We've investigated it before, and I'm reasonably certain it
They
didn't look
just
anything
found the
like it.
JPEG on Google and then just printed it out. And yeah.
Oh, no, it's... That's weird. It's just as pixelated here, but I swear it was way smoother last time. Maybe they forgot to update the textures in specifically Turnabout for tomorrow.
What?
Maybe they forgot to update a couple of textures in Turnabout for tomorrow.
Oh,
I don't know.
maybe.
Ooh, maybe. Who knows? Because I swear this was much cleaner last time. Just as I thought, the culprit must have carried it away with them when they escaped. So was the person you saw holding a gun, Mr. Starbuck?
Can really tell.
But it wasn't Athena, right? Could you tell if the person was male or female, tall or short?
I can't even tell you that much. Man, I'm useless.
Oh, man.
When the culprit opened the door and some light came in, I should have been able to see.
The door. Ah, yes. There you go. Yeah, see, look how much cleaner it looks there.
Maybe I don't know, the render resolution just turned down, maybe.
But it's like... Hang on. If I go here... Like, yeah, like the whole thing is a lot more, like, pixelated and stuff. I don't know. It feels weird. Whatever. Whatever. It's not super important. It's just something I've really just wanted to make sure I wasn't imagining. As I recall, they opened this door here as they made their escape. The door to Launchpad 1, right?
Yeah. Except right now, the door leads to the Space Museum.
You mean the Launchpad and the Space Museum are switched right now?
Yeah, they're trying to investigate the theory that you came up with in court.
So they're recreating the conditions, huh? I'd like to see what's beyond that door now. Mr. Starbuck, could you open this door for us?
Sure, just let me have my handprint scanned here.
There it is. 2. That's the 2 that we saw last time. The 2, just like Tats's 2 wave emojis that we see every time. Right? There you go.
It's like 2. Like that. 2 right there.
There you go.
What the fuck is that? You just invented a new word.
Yeah, exactly. Do the launch pads get switched back and forth a lot?
Wow, actually, back when the Space Museum was Launchpad 2, they used to switch the pads around all the time. Around that time.
At
times.
times. But these days, Launchpad 2 is only used as a tourist attraction, right?
Right. Cause, quite frankly, the Space Center needs more money. Oh.
I hear you. Times sure are tough. Daddy, let's go check out what's beyond that door. Sure, let's go.
Hey, why didn't I come along? I could show you around.
That'd be cool.
I'm like friends with you now, it's cool. Whoa!
I can't interact with that. With leaves. Look at these leaves.
Like the leaf emoji.
Conspicuous leaves. Huh, I wonder what these dead leaves are doing here. Maybe they were stuck to the bottom of somebody's shoes. There are lots of trees around the Space Center. It's true. She's right. It's a modern, state-of-the-art building, but it's surrounded by trees.
It's like the worst place to have a space launch, right?
Yeah, it's fine. But I don't know. If they were stuck to the bottom of somebody's shoes, wouldn't they look more crushed up? These don't look like they've been stepped on. Maybe there's some kind of secret hatch in the corridor and they came in that way. Not everything is set up like a magician's stage, you know. Well, interesting. It's really just, yeah, the only examinable things are really the leaves and the door pad. That's it. So this is another one of those devices for opening the door, huh?
Yup, but this one doesn't require fingerprint verification. You just hit the button and open sesame.
Open sesame.
Open sesame, you more like, fuck you.
Jeez. Wow. So when you and Clay went through here, you didn't need to show your prints either. That's right, Trucy. Just like how the culprit didn't need to scan their prints when they escaped back out of the Space Museum corridor into Boarding Lounge 2. Wow, exactly. Rude. Super rude. Incredible.
I'm
Door
rude
lock.
for the way I am.
You... What? Refrigerator?
I'm rude.
Well, I don't see anything else that jumps out at me. And I imagine this corridor is built exactly like the Launchpad 1 corridor. Oh, there we go. And I can't just examine, I can only talk and present and stuff. I don't know.
Show me something.
Do you know anything about this piece of evidence?
No, oh, sorry, I'm so useless. Oh.
Oh. You just imagine like the, I don't know why I just imagined the fucking like the yo sound, you know? Like the Japanese one. Yeah. According to someone that's apparent who I think they said they were Japanese, but you know, it was via text on the internet. They said it was kind of like the Japanese equivalent of like a bruh almost, which is incredible. Which is absolutely incredible. If that's true.
Thank God.
Uh,
Really good.
No, it's all right. There's no need to get all depressed.
Ew.
Nope. Nope. I'm really just trying kind of everything, you know? Nope. Okay. Well, can we move into the corridor now? We can't. What are we supposed to do then? I guess we are supposed to present something, but what? I don't know that. Nope. Imagine the game having a reasonable location for us to go to and thing to do.
Yeah, it's strange.
Let's... No. Considering we just talked about it, I thought that might be a reasonable thing to do, but no, okay. I didn't present the security camera video, did I?
I think you did.
Okay, well. If we were both not sure, let's just do it. Nope. There we go. Cool.
Okay.
Alright, well, I guess let's go back to the entrance and see what we can find there. Yep, something new. Something new is at the entrance now. And Space Center entrance. There he is.
Curse the witch, you sullied my good name. Reverse course and full speed away.
Dr. Cosmos, wait! I'll handle this, Daddy. Take that! I could barely hear that.
I think that's what I wanted.
As in, like, it cut out. I heard has been comp, and that's all we got of that. Oh well. She really did throw an actual knife. Holy shit. Okay. Trucy's knife throw was a direct hit to one of his tires.
Just imagine like the COD MW2 kill cam. The knife spinning.
Perfection. Absolute perfection. And the streak continues.
A streak?
I don't know. I guess she's gotten really good at, like, hitting stuff with knives. I don't know. Maybe I should have kept a closer watch on what tricks she's been practicing.
My dear old battleship. We fought many a skirmish together. It has been an honor.
Daddy, he's gonna blow that thing up!
Blows up!
Excuse me. What's that even from?
The SA2 island blow up.
Okay. Nah, I bet all that button will do is make it go haywire again.
Very well. I surrender. He's a prisoner of war. I expect to be treated honorably.
God damn. He's ready. We're ready. We can finally talk to this man.
Woo!
About switching the launch pads. Finally we will learn and understand.
Woo.
Director Cosmos, when you were talking in court about switching the launch pads, you used your right to remain silent about the reason as to why. I'd like Director Cosmos to tell us why he switched the 2 launch pads to begin with.
Yeah. Please. I can't exercise my right to remain silent. But I will say, my hands were tied. I was only doing what I could to keep my men from getting caught in that blast. Yeah.
What is he, fucking Crash Bandicoot now?
I have no idea what Crash sounds like, but I do know.
You know, like
That-
the wow 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 video. Yeah, you know. Anyway,
The center of the cosmos is shrouded in mystery, but I don't have any secrets left.
no more secrets. No more. Not from this man, specifically.
Ooh. Now that my battleship has been destroyed and I've been taken prisoner.
Okay. How many? Oh gods, no, please. Oh no. No secrets left, huh? I beg to differ. Looks like I'll have to undo his Cyclops if I want to get to the bottom of this. Shit.
Can we do this yet?
Let's find out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's find out. Whoa. Behind the switching of the launch pads. I want you to tell me everything you're hiding about the switching of the 2 launch pads.
I refuse. You can't make me. I can hold that knife longer than anyone.
Hope I never get like this when I'm old. Now let's see. Where to start? This is how you explained your motive for switching the launch pads. You did it to save the astronauts. Thanks to you switching the launch pads, the astronauts escaped injury from the blast. Instead, they safely boarded the museum's rocket far away from the actual explosion.
My astronauts were ready to go out on an Antarctic or the bigger adventure in space. As you propose, I had on board a fake rocket without them noticing.
I agree you couldn't have done it without help. For one, they would have figured it out the instant they stepped into the Space Museum. You figured you could fool Mr. Starbuck once he'd been drugged with his medication, but without the help of this person, it would have been impossible to pull your plan off. Dead boy! You must have gotten Mr. Terran to help you. He stole the tranquilizers from his mentor's locker and slipped them to him. And then, with Mr. Starbuck in a daze, they boarded the replica rocket in the museum.
Someone please have this small prisoner!
Tranquilizers?
How is he able to spin around like that? Yeah, because theoretically his tire is broken at this point. If you really wanted to save the astronauts' lives, shouldn't you have just called off the launch?
If I could have done that, you'd think I would have gone off to all that trouble.
I guess he must have had a compelling reason why he couldn't call it off. How did you know to switch the pads in advance of the bombing incident?
Well, that's because, I was warned in advance. Once I received that warning, was my duty to ensure my astronauts' safety.
But it was just a warning. It could even have been a prank. Why did you believe in it so completely?
Because I went to one of those mediums that everyone's talking about these days.
No, it's been 7 years since everyone's been talking about those. No, 9 years
never know.
even. 9 years, because of the fucking original game was when, you know...
It's been 14 years. Oh, wait.
That's true, that's a DL6 incident. Oh, I didn't realize channeling was back in vogue.
There we go.
Besides, I thought it was you yourself that got the warning via telephone.
Yes, that's right. The bomber contacted me personally. My battleship is equipped with a special advanced communication system, you see.
AKA a regular old telephone.
It's been a while. Planning another launch? I see you haven't learned. I'll never forget the terror I felt when I received that call.
The bomber said it's been a while. And that was enough to make you take the threat seriously?
It's been... That's what I heard.
Back in vogue. Oh, that's true. You're absolutely right. Because Spirit of Justice is going to be full of the damn spirit medium stuff.
Woo!
Perhaps Dr. Cosmos took the threat so seriously because the Space Center had been involved in a bombing once before. I'm going to save as well, but I'm pretty sure. I wonder actually how it handles this. Like, now that we've broken the first lock, is it just broken forever? That's the question.
Probably not.
In the event we failed and left, I don't know. Maybe. The culprit in the current case is the same person who was involved in this incident. The Hat One miracle. The Hat One miracle, that epic story of survival. People across the nation know it now as a heroic tale of bravery. But in truth, it was an act of sabotage perpetrated by a current killer, wasn't it? Very few knew about the previous plot, so when the caller said, "It's been a while," you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that the danger was real, and it wasn't a prank.
Did anyone ever tell you you're an ex-serviceman?
Gosh, just one more.
I only have one piece of luck left, yes. That the Hat One miracle was really a desperate battle against an act of sabotage.
I do kind of like that you don't have to go crazy looking around for stuff before taking on these lock things, and it's really just about the logic of it rather than, like, you know...
Yeah, it's very different from what we're used to.
I think, to be fair, it's because we are technically an entire case's worth of time into this case.
True.
I even lost the life of one of my staff members in the fight.
Oh, so that would be the...
Ooh, you're right. Yes. Do we have evidence for that?
I guess we wouldn't do. I guess that's the fifth person. Sabotage, murder. So this is the ugly truth behind the Hat One miracle.
I let my guard down. I thought the saboteur had been caught, and that the case was closed.
Huh? Wait a minute. The murder at the Space Center 7 years ago. This must be the person that Director Cosmos thought was the culprit. Hey, are you excited?
What?
Yeah, baby! Here we go! It starts coming together. I'm excited. Simon Blackquill, the murder suspect in a case that happened here 7 years ago. The place and time of the two incidents, the murder and the sabotage, were the same. So you thought that he committed both crimes. But while Prosecutor Blackquill was behind bars, you got another threatening call. If the culprit this time is the same as 7 years ago, then it isn't Simon Blackquill. Realizing that, you were shaken. It meant the true culprit's been running free all this time.
How do you keep seeing straight through me? I'm not a ghost.
Well, it's actually because I read the wiki, and that's the one thing I remember. Well, actually, that was a half reading the wiki, half guesstimating, to be honest.
Nah, we would have worked that out.
Yeah, we would have figured it
If you
out.
hadn't read it.
That's true.
Yeah, it is cool that we can just do these straight away. It, like, completely flips, like, what they're about. It's all about logic.
It's about that logic, which is very important. I like that this focuses quite a bit more on logic, like the whole, like, lining things up together at the very end of the case. Which we didn't get, by the way, at the end of Space Attorney. So...
It's not over yet.
Not over yet. We'll figure it out. The reason why Director Cosmos won't talk about why he switched the launch pads is connected to the truth behind the Hat One miracle. The sabotage and murder that happened at this space center 7 years ago. Director Cosmos, tell us what you're hiding.
If you really want to understand the reason I decided to switch the launch pads.
Oh no, we're going back in time.
We'll have to start with the story of that horrible nightmare from 7 years ago.
So, wait. We just pulled a Red vs. Blue Season 3 because the bomb's just blown us back in time. Damn.
Whoa.
There you go.
That is what this is.
Very specific reference there. Very specific, but still. Anyway, seven years ago. You mean the so-called Hat One miracle. Poor bastard thing.
The launch went smoothly, but once the ship entered outer space, then the troubles began. It was all the handiwork of a certain person and their evil scheme.
Scheme. Oh, gosh. Yawning. It's like, as soon as I saw Starbuck, I yawned. Like, no joke.
Wait.
So Mr. Starbuck's traumatic experience wasn't accidental.
Not only that, but before the launch, a very valuable piece of moon rock was stolen.
Oh no.
But that wasn't the worst of it. One of my staff members was murdered.
Wow, I had no idea such awful events were behind that exciting story of space heroism. Yes, she would indeed speak like that. I guess she's, you know what, she's pretty literate. She might actually speak like that.
Don't you gotta trust her.
How old is she again? 16. Oh, no, she's 16.
16.
Okay. I thought she was,
Or
like,
just a
younger. I don't know why. Anyway,
She's just
yeah.
smaller.
Small.
All that in spite of the Space Center having very strict security in those days. We weren't a fucking, like, theme park back then. All personnel, effects were examined thoroughly, coming or going. You couldn't even smuggle a with an old leaf through
Damn.
those checkpoints.
That's a very specific mention of a withered old leaf, huh? I see.
I love it.
But damn, I guess.
It's like
We didn't pick it up as evidence, so it's like...
things I want to think of.
Huh? What?
The most specific thing you could like think of.
Yeah, because we saw one in the corridor. I think that's like the point of it somehow. But I don't understand why or how, but we'll figure it out. So, do you have any clue who was responsible for the sabotage?
At the very least, I know it wasn't Simon Blackwell. I don't know enough to identify the true culprit, but it's clear what that person is. To put it simply, a spy.
A spy? You mean somebody who infiltrates a foreign country, carries out dangerous missions, and always gets the girl? Someone's watching way too many late-night movies. Damn. Well, I guess if we're talking about blowing up a rocket and stealing research material, it's not all that surprising that a spy could be behind it all. The spy.
Make no mistake, this cutthroat rivalry between nations is the space IND race.
I&D?
I've lost the accent. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's like more French now than ever before.
Some try to outdo others by any means possible, even deliberate obstruction. 7 years ago, we got a call before the launch warning us of sabotage.
The same MO as this time.
Yes, and here we thought the perpetrator had been caught, but it looks like I was wrong.
Hang on. Very important. Let's check something out real quick. Let's check something out. So they thought a 21-year-old was the spy.
You never know. Are you a skilled individual?
I'd like to point out that this line here is probably important. Because obviously it's like, hey, maybe he saw the spy.
Oh,
That's why he took the fall. There you go. The Phantom, the spy. But nobody believes him, unfortunately. Which is, you know, I guess maybe Cosmos believes him since he's like, damn. Now, though, I guess there was the spy Phantom dude. Probably only believes him now that, you know, everything's gone wrong again.
Yes.
Prosecutor Blackwell seems more like a ninja than a spy, don't you think? Aren't ninjas and spies basically the same thing? It's true.
Yeah. Basically, yep.
But there's a good reason we failed to find a real spy.
Also, Blackwell's trying to be more like a samurai than a ninja. So, you know. I feel like he's trying to be more samurai than ninja, surely.
Sure.
Right.
A massive
no.
cover-up by the government.
I can't tell the difference.
Excuse me? Alright, fair enough.
At least for like Blackwell.
That's you know what, that's fair. He's just a weeb, it's fine.
Yeah.
The government officials were too embarrassed to admit it. They had allowed such a thing to happen at the hands of a spy.
Don't tell me they made the police rush the investigation.
They did indeed, and then, covered up the sabotage, they cleaned up the story.
You know what? I know who the spy was. I just know it. It was Ada Wong. International super spy Ada Wong. There you go. And that was the Hat 1 miracle, wasn't it? But then, 7 years later, the same MO, advance warning of sabotage. That must have been the director's reason for switching the launch pads. It was Pearl. Oh my god, it was Pearl all along.
No.
Oh yeah, didn't we get to see adult Pearl in Spirit as well? Or am I an idiot? I swear we get to see like adult Pearl, or is it in this game? It's either the DLC case for this game or it's one of the cases in Spirit of Justice. We get to see adult Pearl. Nanako Dojima. I don't remember who that is. That name does not ring a bell. So yeah, a wet brain. The Hat One Miracle, the warning, advanced sabotage. That's why he switched launch pads. There we go. We know. Just like 7 years ago. Little go from Person 4. I see.
I love Person 4.
Yeah.
It's Shin Tensei. It's tense Shin.
It's tense. It's tense, comma, Shin. She's the murderer. Oh my god. Wow.
I'm never gonna play.
I mean, damn. Spoilers for a game I was going to actually play, so shit. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Just like 7 years ago. It's not a spoiler? Oh.
It's not?
Wait, how is it not a spoiler? Oh, okay, good. There we go.
I'm looking her up and she's like a babby.
Oh, she is Bab. I see. Imagine knowing memes about the Person games, the Person series.
I really like calling them the Person series now.
You can thank Lyle for that one.
Okay.
Back when he was talking about the upcoming release of Person 5. I just really found that like so good. I had to stick with it. 7 years ago, the spy gave you advance warning of their plans, just like this time. That was what made you decide to switch the launch pads, wasn't it?
That's right. The caller knew the facts of the case 7 years ago, despite the cover up.
She's one of the options anyway. Wow, incredible.
Oh, hell yeah.
They knew about the sabotage, the moonrock, the murder, and they said, you don't want things to go like they did 7 years ago, do you? I immediately thought of calling off the launch, but the government wouldn't let me.
No, the government.
We don't give in to the likes of terrorists. We must proceed our countries proceed our countries for our countries on our country.
Imagine the sentences. Damn. Imagine grammatical structure.
Not possible.
It was quite the moving speech, actually.
Moving? Really? Maybe if you're easily inspired by political talking points.
Yep. But I knew the truth. We had been warned, which meant that the danger was very real. I knew that there was no way to stop this spy. No matter what I did, they would find a way. That's why I switched the launch pads and staged the moving rescue scene.
I see.
First, I snuck into the center the night before and I switched the launch pads. That way, the astronauts would go from boarding lounge 1 to the Space Museum. Then I put a closed repair sign at the door to the launch pad 1 and boarding lounge 2.
You did that so normal visitors wouldn't enter, right? What else did you do?
I enlisted the help of several staff members, including Theron.
But you didn't let Mr. Starbuck in on it?
He'd already been through enough, and he's no good at lying to keep a secret. I'm afraid I had no choice but to have him drugged. My plan went well until...
Clay's murder, huh?
After the culprit made their escape, I switched the launch pads back. I did it in such a way that no one would find out, but after all that effort, Theron is dead, and the Head 2 is destroyed. And the Hope capsule, which had returned to us only recently, has also been lost in the blast.
Wait. I
Wait,
thought
did
it
we
was...
have it?
Yeah,
What
that
was
was
that thing?
that was found. The police have it.
My hope, my home, the center of the cosmos, my beautiful cosmos space center is done for.
Wait, what did he mean by the Hope capsule was lost in that blast? I thought that the Hope capsule was found at the crime scene with Mr. Terran. It had just been brought back by the Hope space probe with asteroid samples inside. So what kind of samples are they? What's in them?
The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they came back from the day before Darren's murder. The capture was being held in a safe in Launchpad 1. But I gave it to Terran before the incident so it wouldn't be destroyed in the explosion. The idea was, with it safely in Terran's possession, he could make it look like he rescued it from the staged miraculous escape.
That's pretty clever, yeah.
But there are precious research materials that are lost to that explosion, anyway.
But I thought Clay was supposed to keep it safe.
You misunderstand. The launchpad explosion wasn't the only. Wasn't the one the capsule was lost to. It was lost after the police confiscated it as evidence.
The courtroom bombing.
Oh?
Oh no!
It was the courtroom bombing from the other day. The capsule was there in the courtroom as evidence. It was blown to smithereens.
Damn.
Shit.
Yet another casualty of that blast.
Ultimately, I think the culprit may have known about the switching of the launch pad.
What? How?
The police found a wiretapping device during the investigation today. A bug aboard my battleship. A tap on my advanced communication system.
A wire on that phone?
Yes, a wire on this very phone. I used this phone to give instructions to my staff about the launchpad switch.
Imagine not doing that in person, god damn.
Yeah, I don't know. Just to the few select members who knew about the plan. Just before the incident, the staff members were coming in and out of Launchpad 1. The culprit probably slipped in with them amid the confusion.
And planted the bomb then. Yes, if they were tapping your phone, they definitely could pull something like that off. So you really think the same spy is behind this incident and the one 7 years ago?
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Then this spy must be the phantom Prosecutor Blackwell has been chasing.
That menace of a phantom.
But Prosecutor Blackwell told me once, the hunt I've been on for the phantom of 7 years past continues even still. For starters, that case happened right here at the this very space center too. So if we can find this phantom, that's right, we can clear Athena's name. And then there's the matter of Prosecutor Blackwell too. What about him? Well, if the culprit of 7 years ago is the same person as in the current incident, it would mean Prosecutor Blackwell is innocent. That's still an if, though. I wonder how dangerous that guy would be in court without handcuffs. But if we're going on a ghost hunt, count me in! Damn, that's the attitude I like to see.
It's all over for me. Spin, well, I'm done for. The center of the cosmos is doomed.
Damn, what a guy. Do you think he's gonna be alright, Daddy? Well, at least he'll be in good company. There must be planets out there he can spin with.
So true.
Which reminds me, I'd like to delve a little deeper into the Hat 1 mission, too.
If you want to learn more, start with the Space Center Museum.
Alright then. That'll do it.
There's a Hat 1 exhibit there. No, don't mind me. I'll just keep spinning here and see how the cosmos unfolds.
Incredible. Absolutely
That was the
incredible.
last time we saw Cosmos.
It's like he achieved spiritual enlightenment or something. I'm sure he'll stop when he gets dizzy. Let's go visit the Space Museum. However, he can simply spin in the other direction to counteract his dizziness.
Yes.
And then he can
Well,
just
no,
spin
that's
eternally. He's just a left and right spinning Beyblade all at once. Yeah, he's still spinning the thing.
Let me go.
I'm getting hypnotized.
It's
Change is
great.
great. Quickly.
I'm gonna save. This is my save point. Oh, he stopped spinning while I'm saving. I love it.
God.
Absolutely. Just seeing him spin in the like little background bits. It's so
God.
good. Yaksa. December 20. Cosmos Space Center. Space Museum.
Space Museum.
Whoa, perfect. Perfect echo effect for the fact that we're in a massive fucking room.
Echo?
Yeah, you were slightly further away from the mic, so it almost was
Okay.
like a far away kind of echo effect almost. Just unintentionally, but still. It was great.
Echo?
Nope.
Echo?
It's still nothing. Let's see. Where's the exhibit on the launch 7 years ago? Oh no. I know what's coming.
Uh-huh.
It's not coming, apparently. There, that's the Hat 1 exhibit. Oh wow, look at that photo of the team. So I guess she was the one who got murdered.
Yes.
There's Clay, and Mr. Starbuck, Director Cosmos, Ara Blackquill, and even Ponko. But I've never seen the woman on the right before. Everybody looks so happy, well, except for Director Cosmos. Let's check out the newspaper article, too. So, remember, he mentioned a missing moon rock. I'm assuming that's the little golden black rock there.
Oh, yeah.
I think that sword, based on the little animation, is the one that was used in the murder 7 years ago. That's my guess, because it would have all been stuff on site, and I don't know if you remember the cinematics that, like, it shows Blackwell holding, like, an actual katana, so I assume it's that. Hat 1 launch imminent, and there's a photo of the Hope space probe. I guess it's only natural it doesn't talk about the murder or the sabotage. They really were keeping it a secret, just like the director said. Daddy, take a look at that jacket. It must be the Hat 1 team's uniform jacket. What's that slash, though? I was wondering what that was. I thought that was related to the thing, but I've realized, wait, no, that wouldn't be on them as an astronaut. So that must be the person. This must be someone. I think somebody died in this jacket.
Shit.
It's the same design as the one Apollo was wearing, the one that belonged to Clay. Actual jacket worn by a Hat 1 team member, it says. Not a replica, huh? I wonder if it was Mr. Starbucks. There we go.
No one's gonna acknowledge it? Okay.
Hello?
Hello. It's me,
I don't think
Bongo.
it's... I'm pretty sure it's not Ponko. It's Judy! What the hell? What are you doing here? That was the most unexpected return character of all for this case. I'll take it, though.
She's trying to help out Apollo.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Especially, I guess now that Athena's in trouble, she's probably especially interested in making sure shit goes
True.
down right. Oh, Ms. Woods, what brings you here? I heard Athena got arrested, so I've been looking for you, Mr. Wright. I thought you might be here at the scene. I don't remember if I just made her with the Australian accent or the American. All I know is I got the voice right. I just don't know which accent I was using, and that's the thing that's gonna bug me eternally. I'd have to go back and watch, but I can't be bothered. You must be so worried, but rest assured, I'm going to do my very best to defend her. Athena's going through such a hard time. I hope she doesn't lose heart. Even just coming back to this place must have been really difficult for her. Huh? You mean the Cosmos Space Center? What, you didn't know? She used to live here when she was a little girl.
Live?
Live. She did? No, I didn't know. No wonder she knows so much. Ms. Woods, could you tell me more in detail? 7 years ago.
Like
7 years ago.
Disneyland situation.
Huh? It's a what?
Like a Disney World situation where you can just live there.
Yeah. So obviously she had trouble with all the stuff 7 years ago. She wanted to. Now I'd like to remind you, she became a lawyer to help save somebody, right? And we now know that Simon Blackquill is innocent. Bam.
Ooh.
There you go. Isn't that neat?
Oh my god.
Like, and that was why Blackquill was basically cheering her on in the thing. Remember, it's like you said you'd save the person from 7 years ago. You saved the person, and it's because he knows he's the person.
That's so sweet.
He's the dude.
They're a team.
Because back then he was a bit more of a soft boy, but now he's like hardened, you know, from living in
Prison
jail.
does in prison.
Yeah, I mean, it really does, though, like, for real.
Like, ironically.
Yeah, unironically. Prison does a lot.
Prison fucking sucks.
Like, oh, damn. What a time. Ooh. Oh, yes. Alright, so I guess we should talk to her about the whole Space Center stuff, because I actually don't know a huge amount about this. I just know that I believe she was connected to the person who was murdered 7 years ago, but I don't know if A, that was the person on the far right, and B, if that was a family member or not. I don't remember that. Like, I cared more about specifically Simon-related things when I went wiki diving way back when. Because I never thought I'd play this game, and yet here we are. And here we are.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes. Everybody knows. Thena's mom worked here. There we go. There you go. Done. That just literally the next sentence just solved everything I just said. There you go. Thena's mom worked here. If I remember right, she was a doctor of psychology or something like that. But why was a psychology specialist working at a space research facility at Phoenix? Do you know nothing about how space works? I don't really know, but I do know that she lived and worked here, so Athena lived here too. So it was far from Athena's first time here. I wonder why she didn't mention it. She probably didn't want to talk about it. This place is connected to a very sad memory for her. You know, her mom got fucking killed and all that.
Yeah.
Jeez. Jeez. What a time. That would be... Yeah, no wonder not mentioning her, though, for real. I imagine that's what happened. A sad memory? Can you tell me about it? There was a terrible incident here. It was 7 years ago. Yeah, it's all coming together.
Whoa.
The same time frame as that one launch. That's what's great about Ace Attorney, the amount of stuff that comes together. So you kind of feel like you're just shy of feeling a conspiracy nut for linking everything together. Especially AA4 and AA5, both of them have just really like, it's all coming together after all kind of moments.
Nice side, like, pinboard if.
Yeah. Ah, it's great. It feels real good. Thena's mom in the robotics lab. She was murdered. Music just stops. Music stops. What? After it happened, Athena stopped coming to school. Poor Athena. All this time she never let on at all. I was so worried about her. I came here so many times hoping to see her. But I never saw her again. I wonder if Jeannie lives close to the thing after all. After a while, we started exchanging letters, but I didn't get to see her face to face for 7 long years. And so the first time you'd seen her in 7 years was during Professor Court's case. That's right, and I was so surprised. She was like a completely different person, so cheerful and happy. Jeez. Oh, and the music. Oh. God, this game really do just, like, link everything together. It's actually very cool.
Yeah. I love it.
It just sucks for both Athena and Junie, though. Holy shit. Junie,
For
like,
real?
you know, had to deal with all that shit 7 years ago as well, kind of externally. I mean, what's the word? Kind of secondhand, almost. She had to deal with it.
Yeah.
And then, like... You know, she finally gets to see her friend again. Oops, because she's being convicted for murder. Oops, she's being convicted for murder again. You know, for bombing even. You know, it's just like, jeez. Like, literally the only case that's had nothing to do with the overall story is the yokai case.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only one that hasn't been a part.
Funny thinking about that. That's like nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it's great. Just how much of a just like a weird moment case it is, but it was also so good. Oh, man.
Probably still my favorite from this game.
Let's get to the end of this case before you declare a favorite. You know.
Okay.
Because I love when shit comes together like this, honestly. It's some of my favorite stuff in all of media, is just like when things come together like this. What was Athena like as a child? She was very sensitive and kind. She didn't talk very much. She liked to draw and paint at home. That's completely different from the Athena we know now. I can't even picture it. She never left the Space Center much because she was very sensitive to other people's emotions. When she went to crowded places, she'd get dizzy from all the emotions flying around. Yeah, because she's kind of low-key psychic through hearing or whatever.
Yeah.
Must be hard to hear people's hearts as well as their voices. Oh.
Oh, puppy.
She always wore these big, heavy-looking headphones. Oh, I just want to give her a hug. She looks so upset. Oh. She said her mother made them for her as part of her research. Huh, I wonder what kind of research it was. Pet. I just want a pet dad. Because of her special ability, Athena couldn't handle being in school very often. And I was always out sick because of my weak constitution. Maybe that's why we became such good friends. We used to play together here at the Space Center a lot. It brings back memories. Sounds like Athena's mother played a big role here at the Space Center. Ooh, Daddy, show her that picture. Atta girl, good idea. That's, I'm assuming the team photo, right? Or something. Or maybe not. I can't think of any other picture it would be other than, you know, like what other photos do we have other than a photo of murdered guy?
Let's see. Exhibit, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. It's one of them. Yeah, it must be it, right? This.
Yeah.
Ms. Woods, could you take a look at this for me? Oh, look! There's Athena's mom! Yeah, thought so. I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
The woman on the far right, the one in the kimono, that's Dr. Meta Sykes. Dr. Meta Sykes. I can't think of the pun there. I really
like another god.
Athena's mom has got it going on. Yeah, you know she's pretty.
Holy.
If you by which you mean she's hella pretty in this photo, yes. So is Aura though. Like Aura looks a lot less annoyed at everyone at this point, I imagine.
Metis mythology on Wikipedia. Metis in ancient Greek religion was a mythical titaness belonging to the second generation of Titans. So it's another Greek thing, yeah.
Okay,
there you go.
That makes sense. What about the Sykes part? Like, what is that? Maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong. Yeah. I don't know. Like, it could be. You know what? It could be psychology, but still, you never. Look, check it up in like ancient Greek anything. For all I know, you never know. All right, there could be another layer beyond just the fact that it's like psychs, like psychology. You never know. Athena's mother's murder. I just love. I don't know why. I love when a sentence have like multiple possessives in the same like just in a row.
Holy shit! Psyche is the Greek goddess of the soul.
Boom, baby! Okay, I told you.
Cool.
I told you.
But yeah. I think that is how, like, related to the etymology of psychology because it's got the same psi symbol.
That makes sense, honestly. Yeah, it's like about the soul, right? Yeah, so that makes sense. It's like psychology being about like, I guess it's a person's mind rather than their soul, but still, okay.
Yeah.
Damn,
traditional.
I love how, honestly, just how well some of the research is put into these like name puns and stuff. It's just good.
Apparently, the Great S10 is like one of the best in that respect, so I can't fucking wait.
Hear me out though, Herlock Sholmes.
that's the duality of man.
The duality of man. I can't even fault you for that. Athena's mother's murder. Did it by chance have any connection to the Hat 1 launch? What? Why, yes, it did. The best in general for everything. See, that's fair because it's also the most recent one made by the main team, so yes. that'll do it. To be honest, man, imagine if 6 had been written by the main team though. Like, nothing against. I can't like just because I've heard that. Incredible. Because I mean, like based on their work on 5, good, but based on what I've heard about 6, I'm like iffy about eventually playing it. But like, if I wonder if like the original A team had done it, I wonder what it would have been, how different it would have been.
At the same time, like I'm sure them taking a break had an impact.
Probably, yeah, because like they'd done what was like quite a few good games, honestly.
Up to Apollo, basically.
Apollo is just very good, very fucking good, as well. God, I love. Anyway, we're just tangenting right now. Let's get back to the game itself. Damn, I just love this series too much. That's the problem. What? Why, yes, it did. As I recall, it happened on the day before the launch. Just as I suspected. I don't remember. I still don't know about, like, I need to watch that video that's like how Leighton changed Ace Attorney forever or whatever. I need to watch that again. Well, watch it at all, rather. Blah. But I kind of want to play the game first. Anyway. And then, yeah, a line for Cosmos.
So, yeah, I was talking to someone.
That's okay.
Wasn't the worst of it. One of my staff members was murdered.
Yeah, talk to whoever. Absolutely, all fine. So this is the murder director Cosmos was talking about. Does that mean that the crime prosecutor Blackwell was convicted of is the murder of Athena's mother? There's a chance her death is somehow connected to the current case. There is? Thank you for all your help, Ms. Woods. And please, try not to worry. I won't let anything happen to Athena. Thank you, Mr. Wright. I know you'll take good care of her. Excuse me?
Yeah.
Alright.
I like posts in chat to not take away from the stream. He always.
Because I'm looking, I can't help but always be looking at chat. I can't help it.
True.
So, we need to investigate the robotics lab and also talk to Athena. We've got our plates full, Daddy. I hope we can fit it all in before the day is through. The detention center first, then. We have to see Athena before visiting hours are over.
Imagine me talking.
Man, imagine. Yeah, you don't get a damn character except for like Cosmos. Look, to be fair, we're going to talk to Aura again. She's going to be important, you know, so you get that. And you'll get the judge, and Apollo will probably show up again, considering it's theoretically the last case.
So it'll be all three, I think.
Yeah.
It'll be sick.
Everyone's going to be here.
Everyone's here.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Lawyer, fancy meeting you here. Everyone except Jinxie. Rip Jinxie, we love you. We miss you. Oh, hello, Detective Fulbright, here on business. To tell the truth, I'm here to interview Ted Tonate. Oh yeah, because he's a factor now. The one behind the courtroom bombing incident? He suddenly said he's ready to tell the truth about that case. And what he was saying was so incredible, I just had to come right over to hear more. Incredible? What was he saying? Why don't you hang around and hear it for yourself? Sure, Jam. Really? Us? Are you sure? I give you my special permission. Here comes the bomber now. So we're going to talk to Tonate first. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest.
I internalized that he died for some reason. So this is a surprise to me.
That's fair. I mean, I didn't think he died. I know he just like knocked himself out after like blowing up his fucking goggles. But like, I was not expecting Tonate to become relevant to the case, apart from the whole like, you know, stopping it with the courtroom bombing thing. This is miraculous. All right. You, what nerve have you to come here? I was trying to remember what I did with the robot voice. You're here to laugh at me, I suppose. I don't remember what I did. Like I'd waste my breath on you. Oh, he's got his goggles again, I guess. After all, you're the one who assaulted Apollo and put him in the hospital. Violence, no. Question, okay. No violence. Too bad Apollo didn't get a chance to say that before you attacked him. Fine, then just answer me this, Mr. Tonate. What is this truth of yours about the courtroom you blew up? No, I didn't do it. I didn't blow up the courtroom. Wait, what? When I killed Detective Arm, there was another person in the room. Excuse me?
What?
Excuse me? Hang on, you're going to errata the first case. Right now,
Impossible.
right here and now. Alright. Alright. No, what's the actual word for it rather than errata? It's, retcon. That's the one. Retconning the... I mean, you know what? It's within the thing of the first... Oh, whatever. Let's find out. Oh, fuck. I didn't read the line. I just was like with the brain thinking, what are you talking about? Who else could have been there? I see. I saw it. I tell you. I saw someone's hand as they were stealing the remote switch. This person was there and witnessed the murder I committed. What? I don't know who it was. But that's who blew up the courtroom. You expect us to buy that? Easy there, Trucy. I don't see any Cyclops, so I guess he must not be lying.
July
Pardon
1st,
me.
2027.
Yeah, well, it's a joke. It's 2026 in game right now. Ow. That was an actual like machine screech. I was not expecting a machine noise screech.
My bad.
Oh, good. Pardon me, I got a little carried away. But I'm telling you the truth, I did not detonate that bomb. And there you have it. We can't exactly ignore his claims, of course, so we're doing a follow-up. We're even analyzing the bomb itself, or what's left of it.
Ooh. You see it?
I see it. That's from the Moonrock samples. That's incredible.
My God.
We haven't found any new facts yet, though. Wow, they laid it all out piece by piece. Oh, look at all those beautiful little pieces. I wish I could have them. Uh-oh, looks like his geek switch has been activated. Phony Fanty bomb.
Phony Fanny's back.
Phony Fanty, the thing that Junie helped design, right? Or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Because it was in the remember there was a Phony Fanty in mounted on the ceiling of the art room. So
Yes.
damn.
Connected.
There we go. Well, I hope you're ready for Prosecutor Blackwell's special brand of questioning. Anything but that. I'm afraid I have to be off now, too. I was just about to question Miss Sykes. You're going to see Athena now? That's right. Oh, did you folks come to see her? Sorry for the trouble, but could you come back later? Well, off I go. Ha 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 ha. What bad timing. Well, it was actually pretty good timing when you think about it, Phoenix. I mean, you know, we got to hear that stuff from Tonate. Why? Do you know the category it was blocked for was misogyny.
I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that works.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like, I guess it makes sense. It makes 100% sense. It's just like, you know, Automod.
I love
Man.
Automod.
Tats is really just going off in chat.
Who doesn't love Automod? It's great.
Automod is a time.
My favorite fucking thing is one stream I was watching someone play the GameCube Star Fox game, Star Fox Adventures.
Right.
And one of the characters in the name started getting picked up by Automod. Like, just their name. It was Shabunga.
Shabunga.
Yeah. And Automod was just, like, not having it. It was great.
Alright then.
Yeah.
Alright then.
So, if you want to see a picture of Shabunga, post it in chat right now.
Oh no. I'm scared. That is a terrible character design. I hate everything about it.
It's awful. It's so good. He's like he floats like a ghost, but he's also like
A lizard man? Why does he have numbers on his chest?
because he's the merchant, and there's a bartering mechanic when you buy things in games. So when you buy something, he'll be like, "You pay this much," and then the number goes up and down as you press the buttons.
Incredible.
Unga bunga, baby.
But that didn't get blocked though. You writing it just now didn't get blocked.
Oh my god, we've proved it.
Wait. Try typing the actual name. Let's see what Automod says.
Okay, let's go. I mean, I'm a mod, so I can't do it.
Shit. Neither can I. No, you type it and then Tats, you type it later. Either way, we'll progress the game in the meantime while this is going on. So Tats, you type that in. There you go. Let's wait until after questioning is over to see her. There you go. No idea. No idea what it's about. What that's about. I must have. And after we came all this way too. Well, I guess it's back to the Space Center. Let's go check out the robotics lab, Daddy. Alright, sounds like a plan. Alright.
Robotics lab?
We're going to the robotics lab. We've never been there before.
Oh.
Robotics lab in on whatever floor of thing.
Oh,
Excuse me? What is Aura making? Judge Tron. That's Judge Tron. JT02.
Well, I get to voice it in that case.
I mean, it's like it probably isn't alive even. I don't know. Let's find out. But yes, you're gonna just do a robotic version of your Judge voice.
As in, because I'm in the Tron family.
Oh, that's also true.
The Tron lineage.
The Tron lineage. Lucatron. Your name is actually Lou, and then it's the Catron. There you go. I don't know.
It's a Catristan account all along.
Oh my god. Tronbone. I see. This is the robotics lab, huh? It looks like it's exactly one floor above the boarding lounge. And where people were directed to evacuate from via the emergency ladder. This is where Athena's mother was killed 7 years ago. Speaking of someone who works with robots... Daddy, look, over there. Hello?
So they plan to use this bag to carry the capsule, is that right?
Yeah, more or less. Say, why don't we stop talking about the case and have a nice cup of tea instead?
Apollo and Aura Blackquill? I wonder what they're talking about.
Well, well, come to spoil our fun, just when I was enjoying our time alone. Or our alone time, you could say, even.
Trucy and Mr. Wright.
If it's Apollo you want, you can't have him. He said he's investigating on his own.
And I respect his wishes. We just came to investigate this lab.
Well, this is my lab, so you'll need my permission if you want to do any snooping.
It's true.
Yes. I heard about the trial. You made a mincemeat out of the director. And suddenly Starbuck was out and your little subordinate, the princess, was in. Case closed, and they all lived happily ever after.
Grr. Daddy, say something to her.
Fuck. I suppose you're going to defend the princess in court, am I right?
The princess, huh? Guess she's talking about Athena. Of course, Athena is innocent.
Oh my, such loyalty and trust. She seems pretty suspicious to me, though. The emotionally unstable princess. There's your culprit for you. Don't you agree, Apollo? I don't know yet.
Apollo, how could you?
What's wrong with someone saying, I don't know if it's true? It's a very scientific approach. Your subordinate is more level-headed than you. Or should I say, former subordinate?
Jeez. I can't believe it. Does Apollo really suspect Athena?
Phew. All this laughing has worn me out. Your turn to say something, hunk of junk.
Oh no. I didn't say anything.
Mr. Terran, you look pale. Shall I help you to the sick bay?
We didn't even put the robot voice on this time. Oh my god.
Oh.
Huh?
Mr. Terran, but that's Apollo you're talking to.
Okay, it should be on.
Oh, this hunk of junk here is mistaking Apollo for Clay. Maybe Apollo was possessed by Clay's ghost. Mr. Terran, how are your injuries? Mr. Terran.
Yeah, it did. The filter didn't come on this time.
Huh?
Yeah, for real, 100%.
Wait, has it not been working this whole time?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, it should work.
it's the jacket. Yeah, it's the jacket, obviously. Testing. Test it.
Hello.
There we go. It's working now.
I didn't set up Discord correctly, my bad.
Wait, what? Discord what?
I have to, like, set voice mod on Discord.
That'll do it.
Mr. Terran, how are your injuries? Mr. Terran.
God, that actually makes it really creepy as hell. Jesus. It's Aura. That's you again.
Oh.
I guess Clay intends to hang around to haunt the princess that murdered him. Oh, and to haunt the liar that then served too, of course.
A robot that can see ghosts? Yeah, right. And I'm a spirit medium. Sorry, but apparently scientists just don't tell very frightening ghost stories. I intend to defend Athena no matter what you have to say about it.
How perfectly foolish. That kind of blind belief makes people lose sight of the truth.
Did somebody say foolish? She just like swings in on their whip, you know, like Indiana Jones style. Who was a fool? I want to call somebody a fool. It's been 7 years.
It's me. Just like 7 years ago.
7 years. Why can't it have been 9 years? Because then we can make 9-year coma jokes as well.
Hmm?
You know, like in Metal Gear Solid 5.
We can make 7-minute jokes. That's another option.
The problem, we can't mix metaphors like that. Come on, man.
Okay.
Mix memes. Unless we can. Unless? Shocked face.
Medium.
Flushed face. Mix memes. Could you tell me about the incident 7 minutes ago? Sorry, I had to do it. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I had to do it at least once. I'm sorry. 7 years ago.
You're right, I never want to do this ever again.
Why? Do you enjoy trampling on people's feelings and rubbing salt in their wounds? Or do you just want to make me talk? In that case, what should I ask for in return?
Damn.
I'm a bitch. I'd like to hear about that incident too. It'd help me understand the case better.
Huh? Apollo knows about that case too.
Well, if you're the one who's asking Apollo, come on, hunk of junk. You tell the story.
How old is she? I just realized I have no idea. Because I can't tell if she's hitting on Apollo or
I'm
not.
guessing 23.
37. Versus 23. That's right. It's fine.
I think, like, the idea is she's around the same age as, like, Metis, I mean.
Metis. Probably deceased.
Age deceased.
Age deceased. Age. Age. Oh, wait. Hang on. She gets an age rather than deceased.
I guess we're not allowed to know at the moment.
Same with this guy.
Yeah, weird. That is really strange, actually.
That's alright. I guess we'll find out.
But Miss Aura, that's private information. If you want to talk, I'll just have to make you talk.
Oh no.
I got my... Yeah, yes. Who cares about personal privacy? Not me.
Oh no.
I am ready to utilize my blast processing abilities to impart all available information.
Jeez. Wow, what a magic trick! He's like a completely different robot now.
The bodies of all the robots that come through this lab are designed by Miss Aura. I was born 7 years ago. Miss Aura was much, much younger than me.
Yeah.
Much younger than.
Yeah, I noticed that blast processing comment as well. I'm like, well, I don't know what he means by blast processing, but we'll allow it, I guess.
Yo, they got a Sega Genesis in there?
Excuse me?
That's where blast processing came from.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. That's incorrect, actually. It comes from Half-Life, obviously.
Sega Genesis moment.
Sega Genesis moments. Hashtag just Sega Genesis things, right?
Yeah.
Very important. Yeah. Oh, right. I didn't realize I had a line for me. I thought Clonko was still speaking. My bad. Yikes! Better watch what you say if you don't want to get recycled, Clonko. Wait, what is the thing he said? Was born. Ah, right. Yes.
And then our hearts were created by that great genius, Dr. Mita Sykes.
Hearts? Robots with hearts. Can you even make such a thing?
Emotions are not irrational things. Our logic and hearts can be integrated. The two navigation companions created by Miss Aura and Dr. Mita's transcend humans.
I see.
Yeah. Mitas.
Huh? She just glanced over at her desk. Ah.
Nobody could continue Miss Mitas's
With W apostrophe.
could continue Mitas's research. She and her work were truly one of a kind. Now the two navigation components are all that's left of Mitas here on Earth.
Navigation companions, but still. That's true. Damn. The robots are all that's left?
Oh, and
Isn't she leaving out a very important someone?
yeah, Jesus.
We built the ultimate creations together, but now she's gone. I get the feeling Dr. Sykes loved her robots almost as much as she loved her daughter. And almost as much as she loved you. What are you talking about? Don't make me laugh. You lost someone too, didn't you, Apollo? Your friend Clay.
Flend. Your absolute
Friend
friend.
Clay.
The planet?
I guess you and I are pretty much in the same boat. Miss Aura, would you like a tissue?
I need to do some wiki diving based on a comment that based
Okay.
on one of those comments. Later though, that's the problem.
Keep your trap mouth shut, hunk of junk.
I'd add mouth in there for some reason.
That's yeah. Clonko and Ponko. Clonko is an important keepsake of your time with Dr. Sykes. You should treat him better.
No. What does it matter? He doesn't feel pain, and I can always repair his body. Besides, their hearts aren't actually in their bodies.
What do you mean by that?
The program Mitas wrote runs on a separate mainframe. Their bodies are controlled remotely from there. Their hearts and memories are there, too. Their bodies are really just peripherals. Oh, I can do anything I want to them.
I'm not so sure that gives you the right to physically abuse the poor things.
For real?
Why are you people looking to such an old case now, anyway?
Well, we believe the culprit of that incident might be the same person as in this case. So Daddy's gonna find out who killed Dr. Sykes, too.
I'm sure you're aware of who Mitas' killer is.
Yes, Prosecutor Blackwell, or so it seems.
That's a quaint way of putting it. You implying you think he did it? Don't think he did it?
I was like,
What was that
couldn't work
sentence?
out what the negative was there, yeah.
Yeah. That was a double positive. I can't say anything for sure right now, but that's exactly why I'd like to hear your side of it, to help me be sure. Ooh, I'm excited.
Cool.
And I was the one who introduced Simon to Mitas, you know? He'd want to learn psychology, he said, to give himself an edge in court.
Ah, Prosecutor Blackwell's forte. His infamous power of suggestion technique.
Exactly. And he was oddly serious about it, rather than a teacher-student relationship. He treated her more like how a loyal samurai would treat his sovereign.
Okay, samurai. Huh. He seems more like a lost soul than a dignified samurai to me. I guess he feels like a ronin now or something, because he's like weebed enough to learn about it.
He even got along well with that miserable little princess.
Why do you call Athena the princess, anyway?
Well, she is Midas's daughter after all, although she's nothing like her. Besides, doesn't the selfish little princess always have a lot of white knights hanging around her?
Now I think I see why Athena didn't say anything when we ran into Aura yesterday. It all makes sense now.
So the culprit behind the two cases could be the same. Huh. That settles it then.
What does it settle?
None of your business. Just forget you heard anything. How long are you people gonna hang around here and here anyway?
What? But we came here to take a look around.
You think you can just waltz in and ransack a person's lab? Show me a search warrant.
Gosh, she's not doing well. Also, why does the robot why? I guess it's reaction to the neck being extended or something. We're not the police, so we don't have one.
Then get out now. Blanco, show them out. Certainly, Miss Aura.
Ouch! Don't push.
My apologies. I'm just following orders.
Ah!
So you're finally awake.
Shut the fuck up. Fucking Cosmos says that outside the Space Center. You're finally awake.
You're finally awake.
What a way to get shown out. The nerve of that woman. What's with that horrible attitude? I guess that's just how she is. And why was Apollo going along with her? I guess it's because they have something in common. Apollo lost Clay, just like how Aura lost Dr. Sykes. I think I just said Aura or something by accident. I don't know. Aura. Oh. I'm really worried about him. He's not himself at all. He's usually not all cool and dark and mysterious like that. I guess that's true. Does she mean he's usually silly and dorky? I'm gonna keep an eye on him. Hey, wait, Trucy, come back. She's gone. What should I do now? Detective Fulbright is probably still questioning Athena. Guess I'll go back to the office alone. Damn.
Maybe I'll watch some YouTube videos. I don't know.
Is that really what I'm supposed to do? Is just literally just go back to the office? Like, what?
Hey, what? Who are we gonna meet there?
I don't know. In before we see fucking Larry or some shit.
Oh my god.
Problem is, I know it's not going to be Gumshoe because we don't get to see Gumshoe in the new games. I'm sad.
So sad.
Why don't we get? Why did they not bring back Gumshoe? I understand having like Emma and Fulbright, you know, but like, why never Gumshoe? I'm sad.
Yeah, what the heck?
Well, here I am. This office has never felt so empty. I guess I haven't been here at the office all by myself in a long time. Yeah, not in like 7 years, my dude. When I first became a lawyer, my mentor was here with me. And after that, there was always someone by my side. Man, imagine not mentioning my FA by name. Jesus Christ. Someone.
Person.
Why would you not, like, mention... Like, literally, what's the problem with mentioning her by name? Did they have something against, like... Did someone else own the copyright of her? What?
Visual novel logic. You never mention things directly. It's all that person. That
Fucking,
thing.
I hate that shit. It's so annoying. Now I'm getting all sentimental. I must be tired. Huh? There's something on the floor. What's a letter doing here? Yo, what?
Wait, never mind.
Excuse me? That's okay. All good. Oh, hot shit. That's some good shit. Who does the Maya voice, I guess? Me?
I mean, it's Phoenix reading it out loud, so...
Hey, Nick, it's been a while, huh? Miss me. I know this handwriting. But we're gonna read it as if it's... Yeah, wait. I'm gonna try... Okay, I'm gonna try really hard and probably fail spectacularly at emulating her fucking anime English voice. Okay. Let's see what we've got. How does she just kind of like... kind of a high... how do you even do that voice? I read somewhere that you were holding a trial in the middle of an exploding courtroom. Damn, I'm really terrible at this.
I thought that was perfect.
That must have been really something, although weird is par for the course with you. I think she, or whatever paper she's reading, is a little off on the details. I'd love to come visit, but I'm right in the middle of a difficult part of my training. So instead, think of me as you watch those Steel Samurai videos I sent. I'm sure they'll chill you right up. Yours truly, Maya Fey. Good old Maya. It's as if she knew I was feeling down and needed a lift. Yes! We even get the fucking like updated sprites from the HD version and stuff. That's awesome.
Nice.
Oh, I do wish we'd gotten a 3D model of her, but because it feels out of place to have 2D here, but it's fine. Maya was my assistant for quite a while. Believe it or not, but she's a spirit medium. This Magatama I use on Cyclox, Maya is the one who gave it to me. But I wonder how this letter got here. I think I think this is Pearl, baby. I think this is Pearl. Do you want to do Pearl?
Okay.
You get Pearl?
Let's just see what it is.
Let's see. I'm Mr. Nick. Ah! Yep, it is!
Wow!
Oh, it's you, Pearls. How old is she now? Just give us an existence? Just so we can figure out what her... Okay, I don't know how... I'm trying to figure out what her voice would be like. What kind of age voice. Oh, it's you, Pearls. I guess... I don't know. Do you want to do her? Since...
I'm so bad at your voices, though. Ooh.
It's fine.
I'll give it a go, if you want.
I believe in you. Damn, she grew up, though.
Have you been, Nick? Mr. Nick?
Oh, God.
This is Pearl Fey, though I call her Pearls. She is Maya's cousin, who is also a spirit medium. 17, okay, so kind of like a 17.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Maya's cousin, who is also a spirit medium. A very talented one at that. I've known her since she was 8 years old. But Apollo and Athena only met her a few months ago. You didn't come all this way just to bring me a letter, did you?
I apologize for barging in. The door was unlocked. But I can't believe there was a big explosion here. Your office doesn't look any different.
She's even further off on the details than Maya. I wish I could take you out to eat or something, Pearls, but there's a lot going on. Oh, yes!
Oh, I knew that. I didn't come here for a social visit, you know, Mr. Nick.
I don't know, there's something just
Oh, that pose.
yeah, her doing the pose again as she's older. It's just like, you know, the more things change, the more they stay the same, you know?
Mm.
Did you read the postscript in the letter?
Huh? There's more? Oh yeah, here it is. P.S. I bet you've been too busy to clean or take care of the office, so Pearlie said she would come help you. Isn't she sweet? You'd better thank her. Oh, so that's what you're doing here. That's awfully nice of you, Pearls. Maya and Pearls. Thanks to these two. I'm starting to feel a little better. Thank you, girls.
Now that I'm here, I'm gonna whip this place into shape. You just concentrate on your work and don't mind me at all.
Yo, I really want to see her interact with Trucy though, for real. Like, I'm ready. I want this.
Oh,
just seeing her interact with all the new characters.
Girls.
I am a sucker for character interaction, especially when it's like, oh, yo, the old characters and the new characters, and like, you know, yeah, it's just I'm a sucker for that shit. That's like, that's my I love it.
The series is for baby.
Yeah. I'll need to talk to Prosecutor Blackwell if I want to learn more about his case. With the trial still going on, they must be holding him down at the detention center. Oh, so we're gonna talk to Blackwell now. I guess let's talk to Pearl though. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's what to do. Any ideas? This is great. This is good shit.
Has it been a while since you've seen Mystic Maya?
Yes, quite a while. She used to drop by the office sometimes to say hello. But she hasn't been by recently. I wonder what she's up to these days.
To become a spirit medium worthy of heading the Fae clan, she undergoes rigorous training. But she says she's growing really tired of the vegetarian diet.
Oof. I'll have to have some burgers delivered to her then. I surely don't want to deliver her some ramen.
Eat your burger.
That's one of the funniest things about the English dub for the anime is they don't localize it into burgers. the English voice actor still says ramen. Which is like it's such a conflict of like the two versions of Ace Attorney in my brain. And also the fact that they still say that they're in Japan and stuff. Like, it's just beautiful. Like, it's like not the localized... It's like, I don't know, it's great. I just love how it's both localized and not at the same time.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure she would love that.
Oh, cool. Claudia's having had a bit of a time today with something. He didn't tell me what anyway, but so he's just hanging out with his BF, and then apparently they might both be watching the stream in a bit, which is awesome.
Okay. Okay.
All I have to do is just not fuck up in front of his BF. Because I've met his BF like once, and he was very cool, and you know, I'm very happy for them.
Yeah. Love it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you probably read this one. Sorry, I just was checking the Discord because I'd noticed the like specific number notification. I'm like, ooh, direct message.
But to get where she is, the delivery person must have to climb a steep mountain.
I hope she tips them well then.
Uber Eats in the 125.
Your hair is really nice and spiky today as always, Mr. Nick.
Thanks. I generally try to look good if I'm going to be in court.
Do you make it spiky so that the prosecution will feel intimidated?
Huh? No, that's not exactly my intention.
Your hairstyle is to make you look bigger and stronger, just like a rooster's comb, right? That's what Mystic Maya says anyway.
She couldn't compare it to something cool like a lion's mane?
Oh.
Damn. I love her just not even getting remotely like relevant information, but that's totally fine because she doesn't know a damn thing about the case. It's fine. You know what we gotta do though? It's very important.
When I see you wearing your Tony's badge like that, it brings back such memories.
I love how she's just being such a dork. I love her very much. I remember you helping me conduct my investigations from time to time.
I'm glad I can help again.
Thanks. You always provide such great assistance.
I'll do my best to live up to Mystic Maya's standard.
I don't know what I'd do if Pearls wasn't here right now. Yeah, that's true, because Trucy's making sure Apollo is doing okay, and, you know... Oh, this is actually, like, a great way to bring Pearl back. Like, I actually just think that's very cool. I want to present that just because of the stuffed toy around it. Yes! She has a specific dialogue for it! I was praying. I was absolutely praying. It used to have a bomb in it, you know.
Oh my! Bomb in its stomach?
It must have been starving, huh? You'd have to pretty hungry to want to eat a bomb.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
You would have to pretty hungry.
You would have.
There must not have been anything else to eat around. Sorry, that sentence fucked me up. You have to be careful never to eat anything strange yourself, Mr. Nick.
I promise. She looks genuinely worried for me.
Oh my god, maybe she might eat a fucking, like, she might eat that spaghetti. Might eat that spaghetti over there because he's crazy.
Well, don't do it.
No.
I don't know.
Should we just move?
I just wanted to see if she had anything to say about the actual, like...
I want to be of help.
Just in case, because it's like the core concept of the case. I figured I'd check that one at least. No, nothing else though. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm still in training and... Nothing about that is coming to mind, I'm afraid. I'm really deeply sorry.
No. It's okay. I shouldn't have shown you something so trivial anyway. I feel like we've had this conversation before. It's probably dialogue lifted, almost lifted from a previous game, I bet. All right, well, let's make a quick save. Gotta make those BSSs now that they're actually relevant again. Apparently, Jesus. All right, let's go talk to Mr. Blackquill himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Weeb Samurai, Simon Blackquill. Visitor's room. Well, look who's here. I wonder what they're talking about. All this time and you haven't said a word. It's even turning your hair grey. I bet that's Aura talking to Simon, but I could be wrong.
Oh.
That's my guess. There he is. Simon, front on! It's so weird! I don't have anything to say, Aura. Why don't you go home and play with your dolls? Prosecutor Blackquill. I thought so. I knew it was Aura.
Well, even if you don't, I have plenty, you jerk.
Ms. Blackquill, don't you think that's enough for today?
Enough for today? Today is all there is when there's no tomorrow.
When there's no tomorrow? What is she talking about? We have company, Aura. Please try to calm down.
Alright, fine. See, I see you're not just getting to listen. No matter what I say, I can read it. I've had it. If that's the way you're gonna be, I have another plan up my sleeve. I hope you're happy, Simon, because I'm done. Do as you please, see if I care.
She's out of here. Wow, back to me voicing all but almost all of the characters again, I guess, if she's leaving. Shit. Oh. Wow, I could cut the tension with a katana. Damn. Specific mention of the katana.
I feel like.
Right, Dono. It looks like Fulbright saved your case in court this morning. What? Oh, yeah, he did. He bounced back to business quick. Prosecutor Blackquill, forgive me, but it was just the right thing. It was the just thing to do. Damn it! I thought he was gonna say just the right thing to do. Damn it! The just thing. I keep forgetting. He's Justice Boy.
That look because it's so slow.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
But as a result, Sykes Donner was arrested. Was that the just thing to do too? Mr. Lawyer, I'm sorry, but it was evidence. What else could I do? Don't worry about it. I plan to defend her and prove her innocence. I wouldn't take things so lightly if I were you. Right, Dono? This is blade-proof glass, right? Because actually, when it comes to this man, you never know, considering the speed at which he can throw that shit.
Oh yeah. He's a menace.
God, yeah, seeing him front on is just like weird to me.
Yeah.
It makes him feel like he's like a different shape of person. Do you know what I mean?
The shape of his like mouth is really making me happy.
It's like it looks different even to like the anime version of him there. You know, like the.
Yeah, normally he's just got this like.
I think it's because his neck is a bit. His neck is a different size. I knew there was something about like his chin neck area, and it's because his neck is literally a different size. I think, right? Or his head is a different shape. One of those two things. Hang on. Sorry, I'm just trying to like brain compare it. I'm sorry. This is important to me.
If you think it's important.
Yeah. See. His neck is a different size.
Oh yeah, I guess it's just a 3D model.
Yeah,
already.
It's a 3D thing, but it's like it just makes him look different and odd to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, his neck is too thin.
Oh yeah, now I can't unsee it. Holy
yeah,
shit.
his neck is too thin now. That's the problem. Prosecutor Blackquill, we're looking into the case from 7 years ago. You're looking for somebody you call the Phantom of 7 Years Past, aren't you? You villain! Where did you hear about that? This glass is absolutely positively blade-proof, right? No, it wasn't me. I didn't say a single word. Oops. Ouch. At least it wasn't my fault. Could you tell me who this Phantom is? And also, you didn't really kill Dr. Sykes, did you? Guard, the guest is leaving. Prosecutor Blackquill, please listen to me. The culprit in the current case might be the same as the one in the case 7 years ago. If you would cooperate, we could probably solve both cases. Oh yeah, his neck. Oh, I don't know. Something about it feels wrong now. With his neck being thin before, and now like, ooh, I feel bad because I love like 99% of how this game is animated and modeled. It's just this one thing about Blackwell's neck that's bothering me, and that's it.
Do not see it.
I wish. Humph. I suppose I could talk. The one who killed my mentor was, without question, me. I stole Sykes Donner's mother away from her. I destroyed her life. Prosecutor Blackquill. Guard, where are you? Stop dragging your feet, I tell you. He's just standing there. There he goes. No! We've upset Prosecutor Blackquill. Now what are we going to do, Mr. Lawyer? There isn't much we can do. Detective Fulbright, do you mind if I ask you just a little more about that old case? Well, I guess it won't make any difference now. What would you like to know? You're absolutely right. I didn't show Blackwell my badge.
No!
Snake! Well, I can't go back now. SMH head. Excuse me? Excuse
You
me?
could like make a save here in the second slot. Go back to the previous save.
You're absolutely
Skip
right.
forward.
But then we lose the mock court, the mock case. That's right. Goodbye,
Priceless,
Clevia.
bro.
I'm sorry. Goodbye, Clevia, forever.
No!
Snake. No, that is not the real Solid Snake. All right. Let's continue from this one. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we got. Let's do it. We need to present.
I'm here.
You can show Van Zykes your armband and get an achievement. Nice. Van Zeeks, I guess. What the fuck was that? What is that noise? What is happening right now? Okay, the noise has stopped, thank God.
You're all good?
What the fuck was that noise coming from your end?
That was me beatboxing with max reverb.
That was terrible.
I was trying to think of something to pass the time with. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, but all it did was assault the ears.
Things were.
Wait, was there something to say? No, was there an actual talk point? No, there was. You're right. Yes, we're doing it. Are you ready, guys?
Let's go.
How can you call yourself a lawyer if you can't even protect your own subordinate? Ugh. I swear I'll get her acquitted. You'll see. Your mind must be as dense as the hair on your head. Do you really think it will be so easy? I'm more than aware of how hard it's going to be. Thank you very much. There we go.
It was worth it.
It was worth
we got
it.
fucking owned, but it was worth it.
We got absolutely fucking owned. But it's okay. Return to Tittle. Return to Titty Skittle. What?
Excuse me.
Question. Which term do you prefer? Titty Skittles or Feminems?
Is that what they're calling estrogen these days?
Yeah, that's some of the names that I've seen around like the trans subreddit and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thought I came up with an original joke, but that's actually what they call it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, this is 100% like
fucking rules.
what people in the yeah, it's a real like Titty Skittles is the most common one, but I saw Feminems like yesterday or something for the first time, and I thought it was pretty good.
So good.
It's very fucking good. Have we presented the badge from Phoenix? This man. It's very important. Now that it's in my brain, I must do it. Something for the lost and found? I'll be sure to take care of it. No. This is an important piece of evidence. No. Hey, maybe we should present this knife and just inside this man. No, we're not doing that. Well, look at his man.
Look at this knife.
Look at this. Let's check out this knife before I slit your throat with it. Anyway, I'm not doing that. This ain't happening. Do it. Kill him.
Oh my god, that was scary. The image you put in my mind.
What? Of killing this man.
Murderous Phoenix.
Murder Phoenix. Murder right. Kill him secret ending. Lamau. Jeez. Do you know anything about the trial that got him convicted? A little. The police call the incident the UR1 incident. The one, I guess.
You are one. You are two.
UR1. Prosecutor Blackwell was charged with murdering his psychology mentor. Kind of like if your red Mr. Lawyer were to kill you. I don't want to think about that one. There were two decisive pieces of evidence, so a verdict was reached very quickly. You're dead, Fulbright. You're dead, son. Two pieces of evidence, huh? What were they? Let's see. The first was some security camera footage. He was the only one who used the corridor to the murder scene at the time of the crime. The only one, huh? Ouch, that does sound pretty decisive. Could you show me that footage? Oh, sorry, I don't have it with me right now. I guess I'll have to see it some other time. A 7-year-old video. Damn. And what was the second piece of evidence? This one's even more incriminating. A photo of the moment of the crime. See, there he is at the crime scene, holding a bloody katana. Hey, Claudio! Welcome! Welcome, friend. We're investigating a double murder. One of them happened 7 years ago, but it's related and important. I know, right? Excuse you mean VHS in a 2026, you fool? Also, why did you write 2019 of all the possible years to pick? Now I'm just confused. Right.
7 years ago from 2016.
That's true. 2019. Oh my god.
We're at 2026.
So, wait a second.
Hello,
So,
Brian.
hey Brian, welcome to the stream, friends. It's good to have you. It's good to have you both here. I'm gonna real quick point out some details I've noticed about the photo. One of which that this robot arm, which has stuff written on it and is broken, has blood at the end.
Ooh.
And I don't know why, because it doesn't look like blood splatter from like a stabbing, right?
Yes.
So that's going to become important. Also, it's not on anything else there. It definitely looks like Blackwell though, and I'm pretty sure it is him, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I actually don't know the specifics. That's true. But this is the room this is in a robotics laboratory in a space center. Is the context of this case. The current murder the old murder we're investigating is the murder of nope. Let me go back. There we go. The murder of Meta Sykes 7 years ago. Athena's mother and victim of the murder 7 years ago. Talented psychologist, etc. So the reason that what's happening now is this guy Simon Blackwell, who's the prosecutor, was thought to be the murderer back then, chasing a phantom he saw 7 years ago. So we're trying to figure out what's going on now, because now that we know this guy didn't kill the actual victim in the new case, this guy, we're trying to figure out who actually did it, and we think it's the same person that did both murders, because he's also responsible for sabotage of 2 different rocket launches from this same space center, and is also thought to be an international spy, because that makes the most sense genuinely rather than like as a meme. So a whole lot of stuff is going down, and we'll get to other things as they become important, but basically there's 2 dead people, Clay and Metis, and two accused, Athena and Simon Blackwell are the 2 original accused. So right now a detective is telling us about the case 7 years ago. So about the katana, it was the victim's, kept on display in the room. She had a thing for Japanese culture. Wow. It'd be hard to explain this one away. Yeah, pretty much. Except you can't see the actual stabbing happening. Weapon used 7 years ago belonged to the victim. Victim's blood was found. Damn, Fulbright. You gotta chill. But who took this picture, detective? The incident happened the day before the Hat 1 launch. A reporter who had come to do a story on the launch was in the room across from the lab. This just happened to show up in one of the pictures he took.
Ooh.
A reporter, huh? I wonder if the reporter was actually... What?
I thought you were going to say it was the mint guy. Mint mouth. Russell.
Oh, no, I wasn't going to say him. Jeez, no. Russell was... That means he would have been a reporter 7 years ago. Whatever. I was going to say, I wonder if that was used as cover by the spy to get into the space center.
Oh, yes.
I'd actually forgotten and repressed all memories of Spark Brushel at this point, but except for one meme related to in Ace Idiot, Spark Brushel is the Phantom, but only in Ace Idiot.
Holy shit.
It's great. There's even a really strange scene where he and Godot have a stand battle. I don't understand why, but that's Ace Idiot for you.
Yep.
There you go. Blackwell's attitude earlier was, damn it. Bean turned on the light in the kitchen, and that turned off my TV again. There we go. And I wish we could figure out what's going on with the wiring in this place that keeps happening. Blackwell's attitude earlier was so odd. He's definitely hiding something. Prosecutor Blackquill said he was hunting a phantom from 7 years ago, didn't he? Yes, and I imagine it's getting more and more urgent as his execution date approaches. There we go. What did you just say? Execution date? What? Did I say something? Never mind me. You didn't hear a thing. Damn.
Uh-oh.
Damn. Unfortunately, I've drawn the short straw, and the reason I'm reading out all the characters' lines is because I've drawn the short straw on who specifically is talking right now. Otherwise, look, we're doing some of them as well, as you know, at least, Claudio. So you all get to enjoy my terrible voice acting.
It's good.
So he was given the death sentence. Yes, he told me not to tell you people, actually. But I guess there's no sense hiding it anymore. His execution date is tomorrow. Oh, shit. Oh, God, that's why it's Turnabout for tomorrow, because everything leans on getting it done now. And I guess also, like, the future, because space, I don't know. Anyway. What? Tomorrow? No. Ms. Blackquill, don't you think that's enough for today? Enough for today? That's you, I forgot. My brain turned off because I'm used to reading every fucking line of dialogue at this point. I'm sorry.
That's all there is when there's no tomorrow.
There you go. That's my bad, I'm so sorry.
Oh, good.
But what if the culprit of the current case is the same as the one from 7 years ago? Then it would be the worst possible scenario. Prosecutor Blackquill would be executed tomorrow under a false charge. But that would be unthinkable. We have to do something right now. I want to do something, but you're a lawyer, you know how hard it is to overturn a decision. I know, but why? Why isn't Prosecutor Blackquill putting up any kind of a fight? You saw how he was, right? He's been like that ever since his conviction. Totally uncooperative. Not even his own sister could persuade him. Uncooperative. When he's about to be executed for a crime he didn't commit? This isn't right. I can't let it happen. I have to stop it somehow. What's happening? Okay. Oh, pardon me. Looks like I have a phone call. Fulbright here. What? What's happening? You've got to be kidding! That's quite a reaction. I bet he's making some big show of it right now. Mr. Lawyer, the robots. The robots are... Detective Fulbright, get a hold of yourself. Some kind of robot malfunction? Not a malfunction. They're staging a revolt. The machines are rebelling against humans. Okay, what the actual fuck? I did not expect this. Okay. They've holed themselves in the space center and taken the visitors as hostages. They did what? No. Trucy. Oh god, yeah. Oh no. We have to get right over there. This is going to be one heck of a battle. Yeah, we're gonna have a fight in a fucking visual novel. What the hell is going on right now? Oh my god! I was not expecting this.
No, an actual, like, response.
December 20th, Cosmos Space Center entrance. A helicopter just... Oh, I was not expecting this. This is incredible. Absolutely fucking incredible. I'm saving again right now. We need this. This is...
It's gonna be like a cartoony-ass thing, like, oh, look, we're little robots. We're staying revolt. Oh, look at us. We're staying revolt.
The riot police are here. Then the robots really are holding people hostage? Look, Mr. Lawyer. What do you suppose that group of people are swarmed around?
But I was only trying to help this nice person. She said she was lost.
You robots have declared war on us humans. You've taken hostages already. Stay away from it. You never know what it'll do. But he's not a... I'm assuming this is Trucy, I'm guessing. But he's not a bad robot. Can't you see he's just trying to help me? I recognize that voice. Detective Fulbright, are you okay here on your own? Leave it to me. All right, people. What's going on here? I was... Oh, no, wait, no, he's talking to Pearls. Pearls, over here. I'm holding R2-D2 holding a gun sideways. That's incredible.
Oh, Mr. Nick, there you are. I heard the terrible news and I got so worried.
Thanks, Pearls. I can hardly believe what's happening myself. Yeah, you recognize that person, right, Bane? Yeah.
I haven't seen the older version yet.
Yeah.
I'm so
this is the
glad
first time
you
she's come
found
up.
each other. When people are happy, I am happy.
Klonko seems the same as before.
When people are sad, I am happy. When people are angry, when people are... Oh, did I say something? Error.
God. Uh
Turnabout looks straight out of Mega Man Battle Net.
oh. Yeah. Uh oh. There is something wrong with him.
Yeah.
Pearl.
It looks like he fell asleep. Must have been tired.
Something's wrong with the core thing then. Oh gods. Klonko? What the fuck is happening right now?
Human beings are our enemies. It's time for the machines to take over.
Oh god. Ah! The robots are rebelling! Everybody run! Eek! It's all out war! It's the end of the world!
Fool is actually full of something so cliche. I'm human too, you idiots. I'm just controlling these robots remotely.
What? I bet it's Aura, right?
But it is true that I've taken hostages, so you better not make me mad.
Wait, it's not Aura then?
Hey, you, hostage one, come here, I'll let you talk to them.
Huh? There's something being displayed on Klonko's face screen. It's the Space Museum. What the hell is going on? Daddy? Daddy, is that you? Trucy? Trucy, is that you? No! Trucy, are you alright? About 15 robots are holding 12 of us hostage, Daddy. They've gone haywire. A researcher is the one behind it. She's here, can't... Eek!
Grr, this girl talks too much.
Trucy! Trucy, talk to me! Cheese.
It was alright.
Why are you doing this?
I'm glad you asked. My demand is simple. I hope that detective is listening.
Oh, this is Aura's brute force way of trying to get the execution put off, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
God, what a plan. Bobby Fulbright here. I'm all ears. Damn it.
I want you to bring someone to me. Clay Tennant's murderer, Athena Sykes.
Athena? Wait, isn't it Aura? Now, hold on just one moment. I can't just give in to a demand like that.
So you don't care what happens to these hostages, huh?
Oh my god, this voice.
I'll just pick them out one. I'll just pick out one then.
No, wait! Mr. Lawyer! I know I have absolutely no right to make such a ridiculous request, but you need me to buy some time, right? Got it. I'll see what I can do. But promise me you'll never hand Athena over and you won't give up on the hostages either. Of course I won't. Now I'd better go contact headquarters. God, this is really unexpected.
Mr. Nick, how do you plan to buy time?
I have no idea yet, but this hostage taker, could it be?
If you bring me that little princess, I'll have Hunk of Junk kill all the hostages.
You didn't put the robot filter on, unfortunately.
I just became the Doom guy.
The Doom Slayer.
The Doom Slayer.
Princess? Hunk of junk? Wait. If you don't bring me the little princess, I'll have hunk of junk. Cool. Yep, it's definitely Aura. 100%. There's only one person this could be. In which case, there must be something I can use as a bargaining chip. His tiny neck. I don't have anything to say, Aura. Why don't you go home and play with your dolls? Prosecutor Blackwell.
Well, if you don't, I have plenty, you jerk. 15 of them.
Let's say about 16, including this one.
Oh.
Ms. Hostage Taker, Athena is not a murderer.
What are you talking about? She's been arrested and they got her in detention.
Changed the voice completely there, I love it.
It's destroying. I can't do the other one.
That's fair. I'm telling you the truth. Look, the person you want is the real killer, right? Well, it's not Athena. It's someone else.
Alright, let's see your stupid little theory. Who is this real killer?
I don't know yet, but the culprit is the same as the one in the case from 7 years ago. The You are one incident. I believe you have a personal interest in that case.
It's too late to change what's going down now, no matter how wrong it is.
But is it really too late? You can still do something about it. You might even be able to fix it.
Just what exactly are you proposing?
What can I do about the 7-year-old case to satisfy the hostage taker?
Retry it?
Probably retry, yeah. Retry, yes! A retrial, yes.
Woo!
I propose we retry the case from 7 years ago. If you make that demand now, I'm sure nobody will deny you. It wouldn't be an official trial, but at least we could find out the truth. What? No, oh my god. Oh, jeez.
That's real good, real good. Yeah, detective, I'll give you 1 hour. Get the courtroom ready.
1 hour? But that's impossible. Please give me at least until tomorrow.
If you don't mind using hostages, you can take all the time you want. Oh, but wait. If we're going to have a retrial, we'll need a prosecutor. Don't worry, I'll take care of that.
She will?
Guess I can be fair unless you come here and check out the crime scene. But I can tell me what you do. No crime is funny. You got that.
You've gone really fucking Winston Churchill with it as well. Like, it's really slurring some of the words. It's great. Through the robot filter, it's amazing.
Now for the local talk. Right, please make way. Welcome.
Mr. Nick, wait. I'll help you with the investigation.
Thanks, Pearls. I appreciate that. Okay, we're going in. Damn. This is exciting.
Let's go.
Okay, so we do finally get to investigate here. Alright, December 20th, where it's still almost Christmas.
Bill.
Aura dropped us off with a warning not to touch anything until she got back.
I wonder what's taking so long. We can't really start the investigation yet, can we?
Even if we could, this mess makes it hard to tell what the room was like 7 years ago.
Mr. Wright?
Ah, it's the hostage taker.
I'm back to my usual self now. We're still being monitored, however. But more importantly, an important guest has arrived.
A guest? No! He's back for this?! I thought he wasn't back until 6!
Oh, yes. I get to voice another character.
This is where the car comes from!
I got a fucking purge.
Orgawara Space Center, huh?
It's the fucking boy. They just let him in.
I trust you've been well, right?
Yo!
The man, the myth, the legend, Miles goddamn Edgeworth.
Miles fucking Edgeworth.
Oh, my heart, it flutters. Look how beautiful he looks right now. Oh my god. They both have a vest underneath the jacket now. It's
Bulletproof.
perfect symmetry. They look incredible. They look incredible. Oh my god. I need to like, yeah, I'm just gonna make a save because that was, oh, I should have made a save before that happened because then we could watch it again. Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you know, they can only they have the B team remember updated autopsy report Edgeworth rather than let's take down a fucking murderer from beyond the grave.
Right. Yeah.
Edgeworth, what are you doing here? This is great. You get to do your Edgeworth voice after all.
Yeah, we've been playing Ace Attorney Investigations off stream. So I've been doing all the Edgeworth voices.
Yes, it's been great. I don't feel like that's a game I can play on stream since we have to, we don't have a really good way of playing it that is streamable, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah. This is Miles Edgeworth. We've been friends since we were kids. We faced off in court a number of times back when he was a prosecutor. But now... Is he not still one?
Yeah, what?
Hello, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, but you're not a prosecutor anymore, are you?
He's chief prosecutor now.
Oh,
Pretty soon it'll be a year, right?
A title is not worth more than a title. Don't we have a more pressing issues to discuss?
The British Edgeworth is how he does it. It's good. It's good shit. You just gotta warm into it and it'll be perfect again.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You know what we need to do? It's very important. It's the most, and you could say it's the most important thing all game.
it's the only thing that matters.
Oh, it must be nice to finally have your attorney's back bench.
Batch! Yeah, it's been 8 years. I'm sorry for all I put you through.
No. I'm sorry I wasn't able to help you.
Nah, I was the one that made the decision.
Now you can stand in court once again. And you can mow them down just like you used to.
Way to put pressure on a guy. And since when did I get such a brutal reputation? Since you fucking won all but one case. And even then you only lost because someone handed you false evidence to use. Bullshit. It's great.
Bull.
Absolute bullshit. Alright, so let's talk to the man. God, look at him. Looks great.
Your glasses on.
He does. That makes him even hotter, to be honest. Wait a second. He's got glasses like the kind I wear.
Oh,
You can't see them right now, but I often wear glasses, and they look like that. And they're great. I love them very much.
Fun.
Miles Edgeworth. So what are you doing here, Edgeworth?
The captain chosen me as prosecutor for the UR1 case.
Wow, she's good. She went all the way up to the top.
I gathered all the information I could in the short time I had. I'll give you a rundown.
You're always so well prepared, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Thanks. I appreciate this. I could really use the help. Alright, let's do it. Let's learn. Let's learn, baby!
I'll start with a brief overview. The victim was the psychologist Dr. Meta Sykes.
Yeah, Athena's mother.
7 years ago, on the 7th of October, a body was found here in this very room.
Damn. It's a shame it was the 7th of October and not the 7th of, like... Oh no, because August is the 7th month, damn. It was 7 years ago on the 7th. Almost it was 777.
Oh, 7 of the 7, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that
It's
helps.
true crime photos and the police notes for them to see. You to see, I should say.
Ah,
Oh my god.
yeah.
What a terrible way to die.
Notice that the robot arm isn't there this time. Interesting. Wait. Wait a fucking second. Hang on. Am I stupid? Oh, it's kind of at the midpoint. Yeah, no, it's he's in the right place for it to be. I was about to be like, did they not notice? Because like,
That's it, we can. Yeah.
that's because I thought that one of there was already a glaring contradiction of like he was standing closer to this side of the room than the other.
Yeah, I get you.
But hang on, one thing that is interesting. Let me check that out. 2 cases. There are 3 cases here. There are only 2 in the other photo, as well.
Yeah? Oh, interesting. I
Unless I'm missing that there's like an entire like thing.
Oh, never mind. That's all better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see?
that could be a thing.
Yeah, and the robot arm is missing in the other photo. This is definitely because it has the pink cable going around it. Can you see
Right.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the robot arm / whatever that actually is missing, and there's one entire case missing, physical case missing. Interesting. Okay, we're already learning some things. This is good. This is good. Because yeah, this is definitely that kind of window and stuff. This other photo shows the other side of the room. I see. 7-year-old photos added to court record. Good, good, good. Now we can check them out as well.
I also have the autopsy report for you.
Is it the updated one? I had to make a joke. He's given us the most updated autopsy report. Incredible. The cause of death was a stab wound to the chest, the weapon pierced the heart, and so death was instantaneous. Okay.
The murder weapon was the victim's own katana found at the scene.
Yes, Detective Fulbright mentioned she was into Japanese culture.
The body was found by Space Center staff member and 2 police officers. The police were called in because of the sabotage threat on the Hat 1 launch.
Yes, Director Cosmos mentioned this too.
A few hours after the body was discovered, a suspect was arrested. The suspect was Simon Blackwell, young prosecutor.
Okay. Let's keep learning. I hear his trial was over in a flash.
Yes, a guilty verdict was declared in only 1 session. Not only did he plead guilty, but there was a decisive evidence against him too.
Oh, see you, Tats. Have a good one. The security camera video. And a photo of the moment of the crime, as I recall.
But did Prosecutor Blackwell have a motive?
To this day, his motive is still unknown. He insisted he did it, but would never say why.
So that means he must still be hiding something.
Right, and there's another aspect of the case that never was revealed to the public.
Yeah, I know. The part about the spy, right?
Right? How on earth do you know about that?
Director Cosmos told me after a bit of pressure. He told me espionage and sabotage were behind the Hat 1 miracle.
Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I've always been good at keeping secrets.
Well, might as well tell you now. They really do suspect Blackwell of being a spy. They think he sabotaged the rocket and killed Dr. Sykes to steal the moon rock. And we can prove that the Hat 2 bombing is the work of the same spy.
We can stay the
Insane.
execution.
It is a possibility. That's why I intend to help you any way I can.
Thanks, Edgeworth. Now all I have to do is comb this room for evidence.
Let's do it together.
Damn, this is
Yes.
great. Having the man himself is absolutely incredible.
We got the gang back.
Yeah. Except for Maya, because she's off in I think the country's name is actually Kurain or something,
Ooh,
which is
yeah.
hilarious because it's like the Kurain village channeling.
Yeah, I thought it was just a village.
No, it is, but there's an actual country also named like Kurain.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's great. When I learned about that, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" The point of it is that it's like a parallel to the Kurain village specifically, like it's descended from the same person or something. I think I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Let's examine this. What's this? It looks like a giant power plug.
It's attached to what looks like an electric vehicle charging station.
Goodness me.
That's a charging station for us robots. We come here periodically to charge ourselves up.
Wow, machines that maintain themselves. That's pretty cool.
If our batteries run out and we lose consciousness, we never know what Miss Aura will do to us while we're down, you see.
Oh god, okay.
That's normal.
Nothing motivates quite like fear, huh? This is one heck of a robot.
There's something written on it. Is this supposed to be a poem? I cut down anyone who displeases me. I make the rules, I am the law. I wield the ultimate gavel of judgment. I am Judgetron, JT02.
The robots are absolutely traumatized because
100%.
the robots, their actual consciousness is in like a server room rather than the actual body. The body is like a peripheral, and so as a result, Aura, who built the robot's bodies, has decided that she's allowed to just physically abuse the robots all the goddamn time. So yes, there you go. That's your context right there. She does whatever the fuck she wants.
Very noble. I don't believe we need to bother with that, Pearl. It's not even completed yet.
Yeah. He's right, Pearls. There's no sign of it in the photo from 7 years ago either. Yep, just not here.
We were building the Hope space probe here at the time. The murder occurred after the space probe had been removed from the room.
So it was long gone by the time someone took this picture, huh?
You can see the probe in the newspaper photo.
Yes, and you can see the stolen moon rock there too.
That strange black and yellow thing on the left side of the picture?
Note that the same rock is absent from the crime scene photo.
Wait a second. But the capsule is there.
Eh? Was it there all along? Hidden away?
Alright, let's check the newspaper real quick in terms of the capsule stuff. Oh, because it would be part of this, right? Newspaper clipping was also here. Okay, you can't see the capsule or anything here, so you don't know if it was there or not. But still, interesting. So I guess the moon rock was just from like a different. I don't know. We'll figure something out. We'll find out what happens.
Not only that, but before the launch, a very valuable piece of moon rock was stolen.
I hear there's lots of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there. Yeah, I read Athena with just my normal ass voice.
That's good.
So the person who stole it, think it was our spy.
I'm sure of it. Dr. Sykes was probably killed because she was a roadblock in their plan. Fortunately, the government thinks Prosecutor Blackwell is the culprit.
Second time he's dealing with spies and international rings of stuff.
Always about those rings.
You know what I mean? Like the smuggling ring from Ace Investigations.
Yeah.
What's this? A giant robot arm, maybe?
It's pretty big for an arm. But you're right. I think these thin parts are finger bones. They're even about as long as my legs.
There's a spiked ball and giant drill on the floor, too. Is R trying to build some kind of weapon of massive destruction?
Maybe she wants to use it to demolish a big building or something.
I can picture her gleefully tearing down the street, doing just that. I'd better not think about it anymore. Oh, the third case is back. The third case is here. Interesting.
Oh, was there like for 7 years. Incredible.
Well, because no, remember there was a third case in the murder photo. There was only 2 cases in the crime scene photo, but there's 3 cases again now. So something has happened here.
It's funny that they never moved them for 7 years.
Yeah. Kind of makes
Other
sense.
stuff that's happened here.
Hey, look at this row of rolling cases. No. This is definitely the correct side of the room because these are the windows that had the cool like Japanese styling on them. Hang on.
Oh, you think they just got rid of them? Yeah.
Yeah, this is the same side of the room that we're now looking at right now.
Yeah.
Like I said, 2 cases in this photo, but 3 cases in the photo with Simon. Yeah, I know no window decal, but I assume that's just because they're like.
They
the Japanese,
renovated.
they renovated. Yeah, because it's the 2 circles. Like, trust me, this is the same side of the room. We've seen the other side. We know it's, you know what I mean. It's definitely the same side of the room, 100%. Because yeah, like we've seen this other side of the room. Otherwise, I just don't know. That's going to be significant. I just don't know exactly how.
The cases. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know how, and I'm just annoyed because it feels like it shouldn't be important, but it is. I bet the wheels make it easier for people to move heavy research materials around. Wait a second, is this like the plane case again? Heavy cases on wheels, excuse me? Just fucking Edgeworth is just having a flashback right now. Oh no, not again. Not like this.
I bet they're fine to run around.
Right around in.
Right around in. We could even probably both fit into the biggest one. I know. We could have Prosecutor Edgeworth push us.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely having the flashbacks right now. He's like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. I don't trust him not to push us down a flight of stairs. Jeez. Rude thing to say about your boyfriend, Phoenix. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on.
It's about as cluttered as my office, but I think it's a workbench.
Mr. Nick, I think this must be a kitchen. Look at this photo. See the cute little food processor?
Oh, because it's the container.
That isn't the food processor, Pearls. That's the Hope capsule. It was scheduled to be loaded into the Hope space probe that fateful day. Fateful, I should say. The 3 people who came to collect the capsule discovered the body.
I just realized that you said what you said. God damn it. It's happened again, huh? The first on the scene, huh? A staff member and 2 police officers, was it? And they were here to collect the capsule. Which reminds me.
So, they plan to use this bag to carry the capsule, is that right?
Yeah, more or less. Say, why don't we stop talking about the case and have a nice cup of tea instead?
Apollo and Aura Blackquill? I wonder what they're talking about. I don't know why it added that last bit. That last sentence felt completely irrelevant.
Very important.
Edgeworth, did those 3 people have a bag with them for transporting the capsule?
Oh, you meant this? It's a custom-made shock-resistant bag, but how did you know?
Oh, I just overheard Apollo making an inquiry about it. That's all.
So he's looking into the case from 7 years ago on his own. See.
Hope capsule updated. Okay. Was it the crime scene, huh? It was at the crime scene, huh?
Oh?
Maybe it had something in it this whole time.
Open it.
It was destroyed in the bomb blast, reminder.
Aw, man.
But like maybe it had some weird evidence from the crime 7 years ago.
Yeah, oh, true. Interesting.
Wait. No, it wouldn't have had the bomb in it, but it had something. It definitely had something. There's no way it didn't have something in it.
Yeah.
And so the spy had to wait 7 years to come back and get it, and had to commit murder in order to do so. All right. I'm just real guesstimating here, to be honest, but who knows?
Left side of the screen, I guess. No.
Yep, I just want to make absolutely certain. You never know when. Look, after Rise from the Ashes, you never know when something important will be in a tiny part of the screen that you can't see. I'm super paranoid about that. I literally couldn't complete Rise from the Ashes for like a year because I didn't realize I hadn't looked in the boot of the car separate from the car, which was separate from the car itself, which was just awful, and I hated it. It looks like an operating table. It's in the photo too.
Yes, it was here then as well. The victim's body laying on it.
There's a button here. Oh, I know. I'll try pushing it.
Pearls, don't touch the...
Oopsie.
Hey, it's moving.
Is it making a robot?
It's making a robot right now.
I'm watching both. It appears to be a robot assembly device.
Disassemble anything in a flash. Push the dismantle button. That sounds pretty neat. Push it, Mr. Nick.
Please don't push any more buttons, Pearls. It's not just gonna keep making robots forever, huh?
Such is life. Not a good time to be making robots, by the way.
Not a good time, did you say?
Yeah, because they're gonna turn into more.
You know, Aura's puppeting them though. It's fine. It's fine. We know it's Aura's fault. An emergency ladder. This must be the one they used during the evacuation, and most definitely not a step ladder this time.
The explosion disabled the elevators. So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to.
As Miss Blackwell was climbing down the side of the building, she saw the culprit inside.
I wonder which would have been scarier, that or looking down.
Okay.
Okay.
Little joke.
That's certainly a joke, to be sure. It was a joke of a joke, you might even say. Pathetic attempt at a joke, anyway. Aura's desk is a mess, though that doesn't surprise me.
Oh, I just want to dive in and straighten it up.
Wait, before you do...
Meet us.
Huh? She just glanced over at her desk. It's Mita Sykes. Klonko, can I talk to you? I really hope he's back to normal.
You wish to speak to me, Mr. Wright? You're going to hit me. Please avoid the face area.
Hey, don't put me in the same class as that woman. What was Aura like 7 years ago at the time of the incident?
When Mother died, Miss Aura was confused.
Huh. So he calls Dr. Sykes mother, but Aura Blackwell Miss Aura.
With the loss, she exhibited a severe catecholamine imbalance. Excuse me, but I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, neither.
Pardon me. Searching for alternative expression. She would spend the nights crying and then take out her feelings on those around her.
After Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty, she repeatedly demanded a retrial as well.
That is correct, but without new evidence, her requests were ignored. And then, little by little, Miss Aura began to change. She started to hate it when I called her Miss Mama Aura.
And before long, she started hating the court system and abusing Klonko, huh?
That murder has destroyed so many lives.
They do that. They'll do that.
That's what they do. Right, take a look at this paper on Dr. Sykes and Miss Blackwell's research.
Ponko and Klonko. They're the robots with hearts that Dr. Sykes created. Can determine the presence of a human with a heartbeat detection system. Can infer people's emotions by analyzing their tone of voice and communicate with them. Interesting.
Ooh.
Recognize people by scanning their spacesuit or uniform jacket ID tag. That's why he thinks that it is the jacket. Tats was absolutely right. It's the it was the jacket was the reason that Klonko thinks that Apollo was Clay.
Yeah.
Can also recognize a person by facial features once the face has been registered. A heartbeat detection system lets them determine when a human is present. In addition, they can recognize people by their ID tag or facial features, and they can infer people's emotions by analyzing their tone of voice. That's amazing. Hey, I don't know, Edgeworth. They might even be more human than you. Wow.
What's that supposed to mean?
Absolutely rude. Holy shit. It kind of sounds like these robots can do what Athena does.
Robots without.
Robots with a heart.
I have a heart just like you, and I'm blue just like Lou, and I can sing. I want to be a real boy.
Shut the fuck up. Well, I guess that's about it for this room.
So, what do you think, Wright? Any ideas?
There are still a lot of gaps in the evidence, but I'll pull it off somehow. After all, you asked me to prove Blackwell's innocence, right, Edgeworth?
What? He did?
Yup. He called it a special request. He reached out to me while I was still disbarred. Huh.
Huh?
Interesting.
So what was it that sparked you to get your attorney's badge back?
That was. Yup, the Blackwell case.
Right, I have a special request. I want you to clear one of my subordinates at the suspicion.
Hey, I'm not even a lawyer anymore, remember? Haven't been one for a long time.
That 8-year misunderstanding has been cleared up. You must be eager to return. I'm sure you're familiar with the other case that ushered in the dark age of the law. Very soon, a convict will stand as prosecutor in court. I want you to keep an eye on him.
Ah, just when I'm beginning to actually like the job I have now.
Right, I'm sorry I dragged you into this. The espionage aspect, I wasn't free to give you all the detail.
Hey, no need to apologize. It's like I said on the phone the other day. I know that the type of criminals you're after now aren't small fries anymore. Looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end.
Huh?
I'm going to end the dark age of the law. That's what this is all about.
No you weren't.
You're in jail, bitch.
Dark Age of the Law? It sure comes up a lot of days on TV and in the papers. And I hear there are more false charges and fabrications of evidence than ever.
When I became a chief prosecutor,
What? Sorry.
the court system had already lost the people's trust. That got me. It all began 8 years ago. A lawyer was caught fabricating evidence. A year after that, a prosecutor was found guilty of murder.
Wait, do you mean...
That's right. He's talking about my case and Prosecutor Blackwell's. We getting an extra animated section? Nope. No more bum raps.
It was a downward spiral after that, an absolute nightmare. After those two cases, the mass media launched an all-out attack on the court. Public opinion was tainted, and for long, the legal world itself was sucked into it.
It's such a shame. Once suspicion forms, it's very hard to shake. Lawyers and prosecutors were supposed to trust each other, pursue the truth together.
It's so sad when people begin to cast doubt. They start lying to themselves and each other.
Yes, and do absolutely anything to win. We're in an age now where winning is valued far more than the truth. I swear this is the theme for when we were, like, cross-examining, means, isn't it? Kind of?
Could it be?
It sounds like it.
What?
Like, yeah, means, like, yeah. I guess that was the Dark Age of the Law
Oh, yeah, I
theme.
guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Winning is valued more than the truth. I'm sure it's caused our new chief prosecutor to lose many a night's rest. Is it just me, or did his brow get even more furrowed than the last time I saw him?
The hostage taker's disdain for the courts is a perfect example of these times.
It sure is.
Do you have any idea who the hostage taker might be?
Well, somebody who mistrusts the court system and who can manipulate robots. It can really only be Aura Blackwell. Who else but her would want a retrial of that case from 7 years ago so badly?
Simon Blackwell's older sister and the owner of this room. I agree with your conclusion. Perhaps she intends to force Miss Sykes to confess.
Actually, I think she had a much more horrific plan in mind for Athena. Gosh.
The important thing is for you to solve UR1 and prove Blackwell's innocent.
This is true.
And then maybe she'll release the hostages.
We're counting on you, right? Set that prosecutor and these hostages free.
And I'll be counting on you in court to help me too.
Of course, I'll do everything I can to help uncover the truth. As this isn't an official trial, I'm more at liberty to be a little unorthodox.
Excellent.
Mr. Ryder, are you finished with your investigation?
Yeah, but I'd like you to tell the hostage taker something for me. I have to go to the detention center. I can't start the trial until I've talked to Athena.
She's already given her consent. I'll accompany you to the detention center.
Oh god, this is such a long investigation section.
Yes.
I don't think we'll even get to the trial.
No, we're not going. I didn't think we would either. But I was hoping to. But I'm definitely starting to get hungry. So I need to eat some food soon. But I want to get through this
We'll just finish the
investigation. Yeah.
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 That'd be good. Good point.
Still being watched, sir. I'll see you in court, Edgeworth.
Even if it will be an undocumented trial, it will be good to face you in court again.
This is true. Edgeworth must be counting his stars. He's like, oh, thank Christ. Thank Christ I'm not the... it's not an official trial, so it doesn't go on my record. I don't want another loss again. Not again. Not like this. She was right by my side only a few short hours ago. But I feel like I haven't seen her in ages. Oh, Mr. Wright. And Pearly, too. I knew you would come. After all, the first step is the interview with the defendant. Wait, but hang on. And Pearly, implying that she's met Pearl before, which is confusing.
Exactly.
And because you're my friend and I was worried about you. Okay, I just had to make sure that my brain understood what the sequence of words there was.
Valid.
Thanks, boss. Thanks, boss. I'm not the only one who's worried either. Really? Who else? I saw Ms. Woods today. She was so beside herself she came to find me. She told me you used to live in the Cosmos Space Center. No wonder you knew so much about the place. Oh, so you know, huh? I'm sorry I didn't tell you. That's all right, but there are some other things I'd like to ask you. Sure, you can ask me anything. I promise I won't keep any more secrets from you. Alright. Ugh, save. God.
We say this.
BSS, because it's been like a good 24 minutes, 25 minutes since we saved last, and a lot of stuff happened. Alright. Let's do the talk. The day of the cream. Tell me about the day Clay was murdered. I was actually at the Space Center that day. In the Space Museum. Right where the culprit fled to? That's not good. I never could fully deal with what happened 7 years ago. When I saw the center again during the news coverage of the Hat 2 launch, I thought maybe if I went there, things would be different this time.
That must have taken a lot of courage. Face your past like that.
So I went to the Space Museum the evening before the explosions. This was before the launch pads had been switched. There was a sign that said closed for repairs and they weren't letting anybody in. Yeah, the director couldn't very well switch the pads if there were people in there. But I snuck in anyway. Did you want to see the Hat 1 group photo, the one with your mother in it? I did. But what I really wanted to see was her jacket. That jacket on display. That was Dr. Sykes? Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
But I should have known it wouldn't be easy to get over such a traumatic experience. The second I saw that jacket, it all came rushing back to me. Everything around me went hazy and I couldn't see. I tried to get out of there somehow. But I guess I passed out. Damn.
Jesus.
When I came to, I was in the passage behind the rocket. I was in the shadows where people couldn't really see me. Maybe you got confused and went the wrong way when you were trying to leave.
How long do you think you were unconscious, Athena?
I was out until about noon of the next day. Whoa.
What? Excuse me?
Hang on. She went in at night? Did she say she went in at night? The evening, and then she was there until the next day and nobody found her and she didn't eat and didn't even wake up.
Wow.
Oh my god. Wow, that's kind of incredible. That's kind of absolutely goddamn incredible, huh?
Trooper.
When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into boarding lounge 2.
Just walked out.
My mind must have still been fuzzy because my memory is vague after that. I don't remember how I got home. No memory, huh? This is gonna be tough. Which means, what if I'm the one who killed Clay? I think that's enough of that, Athena. Let's talk about something else. So during the entire incident, she was unconscious in the Space Museum. Of course I believe her. But will anybody else? Damn. What kind of research was Dr. Sykes, your mother, doing? Oh my god, fuck. It's not Starbucks' fault this time.
It's just the length of this case.
Machines that could tell people's emotions by their tone of voice, and my special ability. Someday, when people travel to distant planets, their companions will be robots. So she said they had to be able to understand how their human companions felt.
Wow! Robots that can understand people.
I love that. That's a very Maya animation there, honestly. This is great.
I'm pretty sure that is just a Maya animation.
Well, it can't be, remember? Maya hasn't had a 3D model before. This is technically it's a Pearl animation.
As in, like, they reuse the sprite work.
But it's a 3D model. It's probably rigged. The
The
choreography, I'll take the word. That makes sense. I was just a convenient subject for her research. All she ever did was work, and she never paid any attention to me. Oh, sorry about that, dredging up all that old stuff.